industries and communities, livelihoods, and neighborhoods. Americans needed vehicles worthy of who they are and what they can do. So, he built them a truck.
Everyone says they want to change the world. But not everyone will. We are not everyone.
Industries and communities, livelihoods, and neighborhoods. Americans needed vehicles worthy of who they are and what they can do. So, he built them a truck.
Everyone says they want to change the world. But not everyone will. We are not everyone.
Offensive linebackers make it outside linebackers. Skylar Wodzinski and Aiden Viox, a couple of seniors. Cade Larson and Timon Long are seniors on the inside. Tim Bishop, Logan O'Connor Jr. and a sophomore, the cornerbacks. Nick Chan is a safety junior, and Carter Barenfuss, a senior safety as well. For Brandon White and the Harrisburg Tigers coach White in his 12th year running the helm here in Harrisburg. Those are your Envirotech starting lineups from Envirotech in Pierre. The other starting lineup is our game officials tonight. Our Law on the Field, sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. Tonight's officiating crew was referee Derek Olme, umpire Steve Creer, head linesman John McGrath, linesman Tori Payne, and back judge Casey Volker. Thanks to them for doing what is often a thankless job in officiating high school sports. They are the Law on the Field, sponsored by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office and their Division of Consumer Protection. We take a 2-minute timeout and we kick it off. Coming up next, high school football on River 92.7.
Don't become an online shopping victim. Scammers are using email and text messages as a way to obtain account information. Subject lines range from delivery problems to express delivery notification. Scammers often use well-known names such as Amazon, Walmart, and Costco to name a few. If you get an unexpected message, don't click on any of the links. Go to the company directly to find answers. If you have questions about this or other scams, contact the South Dakota Consumer Protection Division, 1-800-300-1986.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Smart grocery shopping takes a little bit of TLC. Lynn's Dakota Mart in Pierre is thrifty, local, and convenient. Shop Lynn's Dakota Mart for the freshest produce, highest quality meats, and delicious bakery items. Shopping Lynn's Dakota Mart is easier because of the spacious aisles. Everything is easy to find. Lynn's Dakota Mart has recently updated their store and takes pride in providing you a clean shopping environment. Lynn's Dakota Mart Good Neighbor Pharmacy offers free delivery and mail out too. Thrifty, local, convenient. Lynn's Dakota Mart in Pierre, your hometown neighborhood market.
Comtech has your technology solution. Check out their showroom in Pierre, located conveniently behind Walmart, and see what you have been missing. There's a large selection of TVs, sound systems, and smart speakers, PCs, desktops, and tablets, home and business security and telecommunications systems. Comtech is your all-in-one solution for any technology needs. They wish the Pierre Governors best of luck at Comtech. Come see what you have been missing.
Harrisburg, our national anthem having just been performed, and we're getting ready for high school football tonight. Kicking off the season here in Harrisburg. Ryan Oakland with the play-by-play, John Neff in studio. As you listen to Pierre Governor football on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7, KGFX FM Pierre, a member of DRG Media Group. You're able to view and hear this game as well through our live video stream at drgnews.com. The River 92.7 page, or more specifically, drgnews.com/River. And Joe English along to do the camera work tonight. We're glad to have him with Live Ticket as we partner up to bring you the live video streams of Governor Sports this season on River 92.7 and DRG Media Group stations. We are driven by the Office of Highway Safety of the state of South Dakota, reminding us all to buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. Captains for the Governors, Lincoln Keenholz and Austin Foley, and also Gavin Stotts coming to do the honors from the far side of the field. Governors are staring into the sun on that east side of the field as this field's set up mostly north to south. It's a beautiful night for football. A little bit warm, about 82 degrees will be the game time temperature. Slight breeze out of the south, so teams that will be heading from our right to left will have the wind at their backs. As I think both of these quarterbacks, however, if they have to throw the football into the wind, will not have much of a problem here this evening. So again, the coin toss being enacted in the maroon H with the big tiger head right in the middle of the field as We'll see the results of this coin toss. Looks like Harrisburg has won the toss, and they will receive. So the Governors will kick off to start this one, and they will kick with the wind at their backs. Beautiful facility. Actually, all the years Rod Fisher covered the Governors, and this stadium having been opened, this is actually my first time in being able to see this stadium from the inside. Looks like they've got a fresh paint job. It's in great shape. They do have the field turf on the field, and it should be a great night for football. I think even by the end of the game at about 9 o'clock, temperatures are only going to be down about 6 degrees from where they are right now, forecasted to be about 76 degrees. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it. Hope you are too. Governor football about to begin here at the top of the hour. Other games going on again after an hour or so. They'll kick off in Fort Pierre. The Stanley County Buffaloes with their home opener. They'll entertain the Parkston Trojans. And also on DRG Media Group stations and DRGnews.com, Mobridge Pollock plays out west at St. Thomas More. They'll kick off in an hour as well. So again, the Governors will get set to kick off. And keep in mind, we don't know really what's going to happen in game number one, but the Governors have one glaring deficiency when matched up on paper against Harrisburg, and that will be their offensive line. The defense for the Tigers across the front will be somewhat small. Jordan Larson at 290 in the middle, but their defensive ends go 225 and 220. They'll be quick. Linebackers, for the most part, range from 185 to 220, but that Governor offensive line is, again, not very big, that they'll top out at maybe 230 with Kyle Albertson on one offensive line spot, everybody else about 200 to 215. So you don't have the horses that the Governors did size-wise a year ago. Boom! The opening kick is up and in the air. Opening kick is brought to you by Comtech and Pierre. It is bobbled at the 7-yard line, and a nice open field tackle upended just across the 20-yard line. The return man for the Tigers was I think they said Bo Pearson on number 84 that I actually didn't have on my roster. But here we go. And a good job by Austin Foley. Titan Tryon is number 84. They had some doubled up roster numbers, and Titan Tryon was one of them. But as it is, the Tigers will start on their own 21-yard line. Just underway. How's the season going to go? We'll find out. The Governors will start on defense. Harrisburg in home maroon jerseys with the white pants. They go quickly to the air and a quick hitter to the near side. Across the 25, ball is caught by Andrew Walter. And about a 5 or a 6, actually a 7 or an 8-yard gain all the way up to the 30-yard line. That's a pickup of 9 as Jaden Wiebe makes the stop. Knuth, once again, we'll see him throwing quite a bit. He'll run out of the pistol most of the night, as will Lincoln Keenholz of the Governors. Second one for Harrisburg. Snap. Here's an inside handoff. Gavin Ross is the lead rusher, and he will dance his way up the far seam across the 30 to the 35. Finally finished off by Lincoln Keenholz all the way up to the 39-yard line, so a good gain there for Harrisburg. 9 on their first play through the air, 9 on the ground in their next play for a first down. Gavin Ross, the junior, the only running back listed in the starting lineup. As again, they go 4 wide. 3 are to the near side right, 1 to the far side left. Knuth calling for the snap. He claps, and then they hold up a split second. Good blocking on the right side. Ross up the middle of the field is across the 40-yard line. And Gavin Stotts in on the stop. Stopped at the 43. 4-yard pickup. It's second down and 6. Asked Coach Brandon White about their run-pass balance, how much he wants out of that. He says that is the goal, and they will call about 56% run plays. But last year, Knuth in that 11 AAA title match, maybe out of necessity, ended up throwing the football over 40 times. He wants to throw now. Over the middle, has a man wide open at the Governor 30. Nobody in front of him. This will be a Harrisburg touchdown. Lincoln Carlson got by the Governor defense and outruns Deegan Huska to the house. 57 yards on the 4th play from scrimmage for the Harrisburg Tigers, and the Tigers are up 6-0 on their first possession of the night. So the Governor defense will yield points in their first opportunity. Governor offense will have to play from behind, but with 10-17 to play, obviously a lot of ball game to go here still early in the first quarter. Bryce Soley is a talented kicker, and he will attempt the PAT. Out of the hold, it's a low line drive, but it is up and through for one more, and the Tigers will open up a 7-0 lead. Governors will get their first crack on offense after a 30-second timeout, but Harrisburg leads them 7-0. We're back in 30. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
This Governor Sports Moment is brought to you by the independent insurance team at Fisher Rounds and Associates of Pierre. 2013 marked the return of Pierre Governor basketball to the ranks of state champions. The Governors opened the 2012-13 season losing 4 of their first 6 games by a total of 10 points. But they turned their season around, losing only once by 1 point in January and February, and went through the postseason undefeated to become the 4th state champion in Pierre basketball history. The 2012-13 Governor basketball team, one of Pierre's finest. This Governor Sports Moment has been brought to you by Fisher Rounds and Associates of Pierre.
Harrisburg looking at somewhat mid-season form on that offense. 4 plays, they go 79 yards in a minute and 43 seconds.
Service Master of Pierre is your go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for...
Coming up is Jaden Wiebe is back to return the kick, as is, I believe, Brock Mosier. Solely to kick from his 40, left to right. High end-over-end kick, plenty of leg, and that one will bound into the end zone as Mosier lets it go, and it'll be a touchback. And the Governors will start on their own 20-yard line on their first offensive possession of the season. Well, the Governors a year ago, 38-6, they defeated the Brookings Bobcats in the Dakota Dome, avenging one of 2 regular season losses from a year ago. In fact, they avenged both of their losses in the regular season in their final 2 games of the postseason. The Yankton Bucks in Yankton in the semis, and of course that dominating win over Brookings in the Dakota Dome back in November. Lincoln Keenholz is back. He has no help in the backfield. It'll be 5 wide for the Governors to start this one. 4 receivers eligible on the left, but it's Brock Mosier in motion. He'll reverse direction back to the near side. Keenholz wants to throw, looks over the middle, and he's got his first completion. Very smooth looking pass completion to his tight end, Jet Zabel. And a good gainer for the Governors out across the 40-yard line. So a pickup of 25 yards. They'll spot it at the 45. First down, Govs.
Tim Bishop.
Keenholz.
15 yards on the pass play. First and 10.
They say 15. Actually, that's a 25-yard pass play and what started at the 20 for the Govs. Zabel wears number 12. The tight end looks like Reagan Bolweg, but it's Jet Zabel, the sophomore. Keenholz rolling out, wants to throw again, and boy, somebody almost got a hand on this one, but I think the pass is caught. Tough catch, but a good one for Matthew Hansen into Harrisburg territory. They said Zabel on that one. I thought that was Hansen reaching back, but we'll go with Zabel. I didn't get the best look at that one. To the Harrisburg 43. First down, Governors again on this one, picking up 12 yards. Didn't talk to Coach Steele about how much the Govs will throw the football, but he did offer us a little factoid. He said, don't be surprised if Pierre has to throw the football over 40 times. Third attempt going long. Keenholz has a man. It's Jack Merkwan inside the 5. He catches it in stride. Touchdown, Governors. Keenholz throwing with a little breeze to his back, and he floats it perfectly down the far sideline. 43 yards to Merkwan for a score. So a big passing touchdown for the Tigers, a big passing touchdown for the Governors in response. 7-6, Harrisburg leads, and that's going to be a fun combination to watch all season long. Keenholz to Merkwan. Jack Merkwan showed a lot of promise last year, and he starts off with a beauty. 3 plays, all 3 completed passes. Cole Peterson is the new place kicker. He gets a low line drive. That's just inside the left upright. And the Governors respond. And with 9:11 to play, it's 7-7. Fun one already underway. The Governor football season underway. Back in 30 seconds, and they'll kick when we return to your coverage, our coverage of Pierre Governor football. River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
This summer, enjoy
carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup. Service Master of Pierre is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs, Governors, and Lady Govs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety.
Yards, they got a 57-yard touchdown pass. The Governors go 3 plays, 80 yards, and 3 for 3 from Lincoln Keenholz, 2 to Jet Zabel, and a long one for a touchdown, 43 yards to Jack Merkwan. Just a minute 6 on that opening possession. Cole Peterson will kick to the end zone, a touchback. That'll put Harrisburg on their own 20-yard line with 9:11 to play. 2 possessions, and 2 of the 2 top-ranked teams in their respective classes, and already 7-0, and we're not even 3 minutes into this contest. Are we going to have some fun tonight or not? It certainly looks that way. Once again, glad to have you with us here. Brian Oakland with play-by-play coming up, and you can watch a very good quality live video stream with this one, with Live Ticket helping us out at drgnews.com. Jacob Knuth will keep it on the ground. Gavin Ross, the handoff, and a good tackle in some space. And the Governors with Deegan Huska will make the stop. A 4-yard pickup for Ross up the middle. And it'll be 2nd down and 6. That's the 3rd carry for Gavin Ross. So the Governors, who want to throw all night long, most likely, they go 3 for 3. But this is the 3rd carry against 2 passes for the Harrisburg offense. Knuth is in the pistol once again, 2nd and 6, sends a man in motion from left to right. That's Carlson, who caught the touchdown, reverses his direction. They fake it to him. They'll screen underneath, but Ross drops the pass, and boy, did he have some room to run. He had 2 blockers, big guys out in front of him, but he just drops the pass right there at the 25. It'll be 3rd down and 6 as Harrisburg misses a golden opportunity to pick up big yardage there. The offensive line let the defense of the Governors through, and they had a beautiful screen set up on the near side. But Ross, I saw him drop a pitch in pregame warm-ups, and maybe a little jittery, you would think. I think Ross is making his first varsity start. He'll empty the backfield now, go slot right to the near side. 2 wide the other way, slant, and hesitation on the part of the receiver, Andrew Walter. And it's through his hands as he heard the footsteps of Lincoln Keenholz bearing down on him. So the Governor defense holds here on a 3 and out. And presumably Harrisburg will punt on 4th and 6 from their own 26-yard line. Soley, who does the place kicking, also does the punting for the Tigers. The Governors will send 2 back deep. Brock Mosier is back, joined by Jaden Wiebe as they stand at their 35-yard line to our right. Soley will kick from just up ahead of his own 10-yard line, though. Governors figure to get pretty good field position here. Solely waiting for the snap. 8:28 on our first quarter clock. Snap is good. He'll step to his right, put up a high kick. Good hang time on this one. The Governors will back off. It bounces at the Pier 40, and it'll trickle its way to the 35-yard line. So a good kick with no return for Harrisburg, but the Governors will have pretty good field position. 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. 8:17 to go, quarter number 1. Change of possession as the Governors will come out to see if they can take their first lead. 3 plays, an 80-yard drive, and a 43-yard touchdown from Lincoln Keenholz to Jack Merkwan, who beat Logan O'Connor by a step down the far side. He caught it at the 3 and walked into the end zone. Keenholz looking very good. And how sweet it is to have the standout quarterback back to lead the way here for the Governors this season. Oh, might have been a quick start on the left side, but the play will go. Keenholz will tuck and run across the 35 to the 40 to the 44 and close to a first down by about a yard shy. Keenholz, who obviously showed his running prowess a year ago. And as the season went along, Keenholz just got better and better in that running game. 9.5 on the first carry of the night for the Governors, and that was, again, just a keeper, more like a scramble for Keenholz. 3 wide to the near side, which is the short side of the field. Ball's on the near hash mark. 1 wide out to the right, far side. Keenholz surveying. 7.5 minutes left. Now maybe changing the play here. He'll try to send a man in motion. It's Mosier back to the backfield, maybe not understanding the play, and now we've got motion. An early start, this time by Jack Merkwan. It appeared the widest of the wideouts here on the near side. So that play kind of destined for failure. First penalty of the game will mark the Governors back to the 39-yard line.
5-yard penalty.
First and make it, instead of 2nd and 1, now 2nd and 6. Clock stopping 7:22. The good news is the Governors still have a negotiable situation and maybe a chance back in the huddle to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Still short side of the field with 3 wide. Keenholz will send Mosier to the backfield. Takes the snap. It's going to be a keeper for Lincoln himself. Up across the 40, right back where they started. Did the ball come loose? Harrisburg thinks they've got it, but the officials are ruling Keenholz down at the 44.
Tackle on the play by number 87.
So before the penalty, they were at the 44. They get a 5-yard penalty. Keenholz gets those 5 yards back. 2 carries for 14 yards. Now back to 3rd and 1. Aiden Foley in on the stop on the defensive line of the Harrisburg Tigers. 6:35, we count it down. Governors in road white tonight. White jerseys, white pants, green trim on those jerseys with the green numbers, green helmets as well. Last time they wore these jerseys, they won a state title. In 11AA, Keenholz patiently waiting. 3 wide to the near side. Lincoln looking to keep, looking for a seam up the middle. He's got just enough. Across the 45 to the 46, it'll be a first down and a 2-yard pickup. You can hear the PA guy in our background. Time and long, Cade Larson in on the stop, but Keenholz needed 1. He got, 1 and maybe 2 yards after, or 2 feet. 1 yard, 2 feet. 5 feet, 6 feet, 2 yards, something like that. It's first down for the Governors at the 46-yard line. 3 running plays now, all with Keenholz. We'll see if he tries to put it back up in the air here as needed. Nobody in the backfield with Keenholz. Couple of claps. He gets the snap out of the pistol, looking to go long. Here's Merkwan near side. Single coverage, and a good job in coverage this time by the Tiger defense. That's Carter Barenfuss, the senior. And Lincoln Keenholz's first incomplete pass on the night. 25 and 12-yard completions to Jet Zabel on that first drive of the game, and then a 43-yard touchdown to Merkwan. Merkwan caught that touchdown in one-on-one situation, but this one, Keenholz threw it over the back shoulder and a little more out of bounds, and Merkwan had less of a chance to catch that ball, also with good coverage again from Barenfuss. 2nd and 10 for the Govs. Mosier will empty the backfield over the middle, and Keenholz has this one through the hands of Merkwan right at the line to gain, which was about the Harrisburg 45, 44, but Jack unable to haul this one in. And it'll be 3rd down and 10 to go for the Governors. 3 for 5, and again now back-to-back incompletions here. 3 targets to Merkwan, but unable to haul in the last 2. Ball is closer to the far hash mark, middle of the field. 3 wide to the near side. 1 wide out, far side right. Keenholz is looking in that direction. It's Merkwan again, looking to get a step. He's got another one. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Governors. And Jack Merkwan from Lincoln Keenholz for the 2nd time tonight. This one, 54 yards to the house, and the Governors take their first lead of the night, 13-7. Talked about that hookup potential between those two. 2 long touchdowns for a total of 99 yards. The Governors will try to add on 1 more here with Cole Peterson doing the kicking honors.
13-7 as they line up for the point after attempt.
Peterson 1 for 1 so far out of the hold of Keenholz. Short hop snap, good receive, but they can't get it down in time, and this kick will be kicked into the backside of the offensive line. So the kick will fail, and the Governors will have to settle for 6. But at 5:25 left to go, quarter number 1, it's Pierre 13 and Harrisburg 7. We pause for 30 seconds, and we're back with a Governor kick next. This is Pierre Governor Football, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
May Adam Law Firm of Pierre offers superior legal representation. Clients can be assured their legal matter will be handled with expertise and the utmost professionalism. May Adam Law...
Cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Harry K. Ford, your go-to dealer for transparency and the lowest prices. From sales to service, we pride ourselves on transparency and low prices. It's who we are every day. Family, friends, and Fords, in that order.
Welcome back to Harrisburg. Second touchdown. This time 6 plays, 65 yards. 2 minutes and 52 seconds off of our first quarter clock as Lincoln Keenholz hooks up with Jack Merkwan for the second time tonight. 56 yards out this time. But the kick was low off of a short hop snap and no good. So the Governors lead 13-7. But Cole Peterson kicks into the end zone for another touchback, and Harrisburg will try again. They went 3 and out on their last possession, had a couple of drops that hindered their chances. So looking to get back on the right track, I'm sure, will be the Tigers this time. Harrisburg in that offense, once again, like the Governors, made it all the way to the Dome in just their second year of 11 AAA. Their semifinal win, they knocked off number 1 ranked Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Obviously a big-time, big-game type of a team. You remember some great games between Pierre and Harrisburg a few years ago, and Harrisburg was still in 11 AA. Quick hit out to Andrew Walter just across the 25. He'll fall at the 27. 7-yard pickup and a good gain on first down for Harrisburg through the air this time. Knuth to Walter, his second catch of the night. Knuth 3 for 5 so far. Had a 57-yarder to Lincoln Carlson early on for Harrisburg's only score so far. 2nd and 3, moving from left to right, and again into a slight breeze. Keep it on the ground. Ross is up through the middle of the line, and he'll finally be wrapped up by Josh Strand, one of the linebackers. Across the 30 to the 35, first down Tigers, and a pickup of 8 for Gavin Ross. 4 carries, and so far 25 yards. Pretty good average for Harrisburg. Harrisburg probably will use the run to set up the pass more, but as Coach Steele mentioned to us the other day in our pregame conversation, yesterday to be exact, he said probably run to set up the pass. Ross is a long way beyond. He's into Governor territory here. He'll finally be run down by Jaden Wiebe, but not until he's into the Governor red zone inside the 20, wrestled out of bounds at the 15-yard line. A huge gain for the Tigers and their running back, Gavin Ross. So that big offensive line opens the holes this time. A 50-yard pickup. 35 from the 50, another 15 back to the 35. I've got 50 on that one. 76 on the game so far in 5 carries. Harrisburg in business, trying to counter a Governor touchdown. 4 minutes to go, quarter number 1. Pierre up 13-7. Ross straight up the gut. Finally run down by Wiebe again. Boy, Wiebe's been busy. Had to make a long running tackle on that last play. Here he's got to come up to save a touchdown, but inside the 10 all the way down to the 6 is a 9-yard pickup here for Gavin Ross, and the Tigers have it 2nd down and 1. 3:35 to go. Now 3.5. We're in the first. I formation this time, a fullback in for the Tigers as they look to go jumbo up the middle. They're going to pitch back, though. Ross looking for a seam, trips, gets out of an ankle tackle, and he is inside the 5 down to about the 2. He made Chase Sarda miss. Strand will get the stop down to the 2. It'll be 1st and goal and a 4-yard gain. 3rd first down picked up here for Harrisburg. With the long one, a 50-yarder set up. into the red zone from Ross, who's got 7 carries and is doing all the rushing right now. But this time, Knuth will sneak it up the middle, 2 yards behind that big offensive line. No problem. Touchdown, Harrisburg, and we're tied at 13. Jacob Knuth, who had a rushing touchdown in the state championship game a season ago. Just follows his big offensive line. You're looking at a center, Alex Foley, who's 235, but he's flanked by 290 and 260-pound guards as Knuth runs it in from 2 yards out. 13-13, Tigers will look to take the lead back with their standout kicker, Bryce Solik. 2:56 to play here in the first. Snap is good, hold is good, the kick is the best one we've seen so far tonight, and Harrisburg back in front now, 14-13. As we pause for a 30-second break, this exciting first quarter set to continue. The Governors will get it back when we return in 30 seconds. This is Pierre Governor Football.
PRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Knowles wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the tip.
Riverview RV Park overlooks Lake Sharp on the Missouri River. They have all the amenities from full hookups, laundry, showers, dog park, play area, and free Wi-Fi. There's no need to drive across the country. When here in central South Dakota, you can find some of the best fishing and the most spectacular sunrises and sunsets. Call us today at 605-280-6266 or reserve your next camping spot online at briggsrvpark.com. Make Riverview RV Park your home away from home experience.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
The 3 up the middle of the field, slips, keeps his footing, has it up across the 15, but Harrisburg in good coverage will drop. Jaden Wiebe up at the 17-yard line, so the Governors have a long field to play on this time. Third possession and their worst field possession so far. Skylar Wodzinski in on the stop. 2:50 to go here in the first. Governors with 2 long Keenholz to Merkwan touchdown passes, 43 and 56 yards. They're 2 scores so far, but eventually you'd think the Governors are going to have to maybe try to get a little more versatile. They'll go with an empty backfield, though. Keenholz will send 5 wide. 3 eligible to the far side right, 2 to the near side on the left. Keenholz had 3 rushing attempts. Here he wants to go quickly out to the far side. Pass is caught. Matthew Hansen trying to follow a couple of receiving blockers, but he's going to lose yardage on this play.
Complete to number 26.
As he is hit at the 15 for a loss of 2.
Complete to number 4. Matthew Hansen, tackled by number 26.
Logan O'Connor in on the stop.
A 2-yard loss on the play brings
It'll be second down and 12. Under 2.5 to go, 2:20 to be exact right now. Far hash mark here in the first quarter, 14-13. Govs will bunch it up off of the left side of the end, but Mosier in motion. Left to right, stops, reverses direction, back to the near side. Keenholz looks, steps away from the pressure, has to tuck and run. Has the 15 to the 20, far side, and the first down across the 25 to the 28-yard line. Needed it to the 27, and Lincoln Keenholz just good recognition. Time and Long will run him out, but not until Keenholz gets 13 yards up to the 28. Brock Mosier, of course, the starting tailback. He'll get his opportunities to run the football, hopefully tonight, but of course over the course of the season. We saw Mosier and we saw Trey Lewis at times in a backup running back role a year ago. Keenholz takes the snap here from the 28, slants across the middle, pass is caught. Slipping one tackle is Cade Kaiser, but he loses the football as he takes another hit. Kaiser is down. O'Connor has the football for Harrisburg to the near side, run out of bounds by Keenholz. That's not O'Connor, instead number 20, Nick Chan. But Kaiser trying to make some things happen. up at the 35, took a big hit, didn't see who it was, but his first catch of the game ends up losing the football, and Harrisburg in business in the Governor red zone, taking the first turnover of the night. 7-yard completion to Kaiser, but a fumble. Again, as Harrisburg takes it away, and they will be in business here with a change of possession, 1:46 to play. And they've got it 1st and 10 now on the Governor 13-yard line. First big play of the game defensively for either team. Governors did hold Harrisburg to 1 3-and-out. But with 1:46 left, Tigers in business, looking to add to a 14-13 lead. Knuth looks to throw, has to dump it off. Ross can't pick it up off of his shoe tops as Austin Foley was right there in coverage on the near side. Kind of a short yardage, but also a closed quarters pass attempt there. 2nd and 10 from the 13. Governors do a good job in recognition that time. Clock stopping with 1:42 to go. Harrisburg with 3 wide to the right. Walter alone to the right side. They'll keep it underneath. Ross has the catch this time, 10-yard line. He's met, though, and dropped at about the 7, again by Wiebe. Gavin Stotts gives chase and in on the stop as well. Pickup of 6 from Knuth to Ross, who catches his first pass of the night.
6-yard pass play.
3rd down, and 4 inside the 10. And again, a Cade Kaiser fumble setting up this short yardage situation here for the Tigers. 4 to go on 3rd down. Knuth wants to keep it himself, has space inside the 5, inside the goal line. Touchdown, Harrisburg, his 2nd touchdown for the quarterback on the ground, Jacob Knuth. This one from 7, and the Tigers up their lead to 20-13. Turnover into points for Harrisburg. Go back to that fumble. Cade Kaiser was just trying to make a play. He was trying to earn extra yards the hard way. Didn't see who hit him, but took a big hit and lost the football. Harrisburg returned it to the 13. 3 plays later, they're into the end zone. And Bryce Soley wants to kick his 3rd PAT. He's got that one up and good. Bangs off the scoreboard to the south end of the field, and it's 21-13 Tigers. 1:03 to play. We're back in 30 seconds. Harrisburg will kick to the Governors. Still a lot of game to go. We're back with more Pierre Governor football.
Top of the morning, TMA. This John may help you.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides quality freight transportation services, cargo hauling, excavation, and demolition services. They also specialize in dirt and gravel work for everything from commercial work to new construction. Briggs Trucking and Construction will haul everything from light poles to farm and agricultural supplies. The bigger the job or the bigger the load, the better, as that is where their expertise really shines. Contact Briggs Trucking and Construction at 605-280-2848 or email them at cbriggs25@pi.midco.net to visit about your next project.
Plays covering 43 seconds. Little pass play in the middle of that, but a couple of run plays as well. Jacob Knuth, the quarterback, running his 2nd score in this one from 7 yards out. Bryce Soley tacks on the PAT. Harrisburg leads 21-13, still in the first quarter here. As we welcome you back to Harrisburg Tiger Stadium, Soley's kick is up. It'll be taken right at the goal line by Brock Mosier on the far side. Up the far seam, and Harrisburg special teams on these kickoffs by Bryce Soley, which are hanging up into the wind, able to get down and force the Governors into a long field situation. Tackle at the 15-yard line here, as Mosier is stopped for a short gain on the returns. The Govs, who had to start at their own 17 on the last possession, have to start 2 yards behind that at the 15-yard line. 58 seconds to play here in quarter number 1.
1st and 10 Governors.
So Keenholz and crew back out. Far hash mark, and everybody on the receiving corps will be bunched up to that far side of the field. But a man in motion is Mosier. Looking to take a dump off, but Keenhol's going to be sacked. Coming in on the blitz from the right side is Timon Long. And the first sack of the game of Keenhol's by the Tigers will put him back inside the 15-yard line, spot it to about the 12, and that's a loss of 3. Keenhol saw the blitz coming right away, but couldn't get by Long. Couldn't make him miss. Now with 30 seconds left, spread it out for the Govs. 3 to the near side of the ball in the middle of the field. Tight end and a wide receiver out on the far side. Keenholz takes the snap here. Merkwan got by his first line of defense, but they were waiting for the safety. Keenholz recognizes, so he tucks and runs up the middle. Carter Barenfuss, the safety, was ready to defend, but it looked like that's where Lincoln wanted to go, was to the outside, near side, to Jack Merkwan. Good recognition, I think, by Keenholz. Keenholz slides up across the 20 to the 21, and that's, or it's at the 19 rather. 7-yard gain, and that'll be the end of the first quarter of play. We're on the Gales Gas scoreboard. A fun one after 12 minutes, but it's Harrisburg 21 and the Governors 13. Scoreboard brought to you by Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We pause for 60 seconds, quarter number 2. Coming up next, you're listening to Governor Football and your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7, with live ticket, live streaming, drgnews.com.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
We hope you are all enjoying the student productions of your school. Tonight's event and every event produced by your school during the school year are created, filmed, and produced by the students you love to follow and support. Become a booster of your school's live event coverage by becoming a sponsor. It's a great way to show your support of the athletes and students in your community. As a sponsor,
go to Gators, gotta go to Gators, pizza, pasta, sauce.
Well, a lot of offense, a lot of yards, but one big turnover by the Governors in that first quarter. Harrisburg leads 21-13. The Governors have the football at their own 19-yard line, faced in a 3rd and 6 situation, trailing by 8. Welcome back to Harrisburg. One other game that had a 6 o'clock start time, or actually 5:30 up in Aberdeen, and late in the first half, Aberdeen Central having no trouble with Douglas in game number 1. The Eagles lead that one 35-0. The rest of the schedule in 11 AA and AAA will get started a little bit later on tonight. 2 AAA games tomorrow, 1 AA game tomorrow as well. 3rd and 7, here come the Govs, reversing direction now, going left to right, north to south, into a bit of a breeze, but not a significant one. Keenholz slips through a tackle. He's got a lot of running room. 20, 25, 30, up to the 40, cuts back to the far hash mark, and is brought down in the open field at the 43-yard line. But a good scramble here for Keenholz. Tim Bishop will bring him down, but not until he's got a gain of, they'll give him 24 to the 43-yard line. First down Govs. Keenholz now with 6 rushing attempts. That one his longest, but he's got 79 yards unofficially. The recognition of Keenholz offensively, probably, I think, and intangibly, is going to be the biggest key to this game for the Governors, you'd have to think. So he's near the far hash mark, moving from left to right. Hit her out to the near side, but a pass will be short hop to Brock Mosier, and Brock does not have enough room to pick that one up at the 45-yard line. Incomplete pass. Really the first miscue or missed throw, shall we say, by Keenholz, even though it's his 3rd incompletion. Governors have it 2nd down and 10. Again, beautiful night for football. A little bit warm, but there, I think, you go back 24 hours, there was a real threat of rain, maybe thunderstorms coming up tonight, but we don't see that threat until maybe, if at all, late tonight. This one bobbled on the snap and the shotgun. Keenholz has to run. Near side, throws underneath, and Matthew Hansen has this one come off of the ground into his hands and still unable to make the catch, but I think it would have been an incomplete anyway. Keenholz had some early protection there, even though he had to bobble the snap, which was a little bit high. Was able to scramble out of it. Tried to throw on the run, but comes up short. Intended for Matt Hansen. Now 3rd down and 10, still at the 43-yard line. That's where they were after picking up 24 on a Keenholz scramble. Mosier is out. Jaden Wiebe is in as an extra running back, but he'll be out in the slot to the right, near side. Out of the snap. Keenholz looking left the whole way. There's contact out there, and there will be a flag. Merkwan going on the slant, and he got run into from behind by Timothy Bishop. And this is going to be defensive pass interference, and the Governors are going to get a first down with the help. Bishop just a step early in coverage there. Looked like Merkwan, who was ready to receive. This will be Harrisburg's first penalty of the night. Student body doesn't like it, but we saw that one all the way, it appeared. And the Governors will have the advance into Harrisburg territory. And that'll be at the 42-yard line. So the Govs pick up a first down on that 15-yard penalty on a 3rd and 10 pass attempt. So a fresh set and another sequence coming. Keenholz still working with an empty backfield, has thrown the football. That was his 10th pass attempt, but it doesn't count with the penalty, so 9 times. And has 5 completions, 2 long touchdowns, both to Jack Merkwan. 1st and 10, 11-10 to play. 2nd quarter, this one a quick throw. Matthew Hansen unable to haul it in. Clearly looking to run before he caught it. Incomplete pass, stays at the 42-yard line. So Keenholz just 5 out of 10. 143 yards unofficially, though. And again, with those 2 long touchdown passes of 43 and 56 yards to Jack Merkwan. The Governors, one thing they don't need to be doing is helping these Harrisburg Tigers. Top-ranked preseason, 11 AAA. Governors, of course, a class down, but also preseason #1 ranked. Keenholz wants to keep this one himself. Looking for a seam on the outside. Kept cutting outside, and we're going to have a flag thrown. It might have a holding penalty here on the Governors. Good open field tackle by Logan O'Connor. Wrestling fans know that name. Keenholz maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, but I think trying to seal the edge. Perhaps Jet Zabel. There was one other blocker out there, too, trying to lead the way for Keenholz, and Brandon White is going to be in discussion here with Derek Omi, our white hat, in the referee spot. Harrisburg will likely accept the penalty. So the hold will mark the Governors back into their own side of the field. Blocking the back. From the spot of the foul, will move the ball back into Governors territory. Still a 10-yard penalty, back to the Pier 48 we go, and it'll be 2nd down and 20. And that makes sense. We kind of, in recollection, can see that one as well. I think that was Zabel. Looked to me at first like Keenholz tried to maybe extend that play out to the outside one time too many. I thought at first he might have had a cutback lane, but he probably saw the field a lot better than I did down there. 2nd and 20, looking left side. Keenholz has Zabel. Pass is complete. Jet gets away from one tackle, is back into Harrisburg territory, out on the Governor far sideline. They'll spot him maybe to the Tiger 48, so only a gain of 4 here. Wadzinski in on top. Zabel with his 3rd grab of the night, but the Governors will have 3rd and long. Gain of 3 on the pass play will bring up 3rd down. Now they'll spot it at the 49, so 3 to be more specific on the completion. But Zabel at least got something out of what would have been less than nothing. Now officially 3rd and 17 at the 49. They need the 32. Keenholz will be throwing into the wind. Merkwan is by himself, out wide, far left. 3 wide to the near side. Keenholz set. pumps, has a man in the middle, and this is Kaiser shaking off the cobwebs after that big hit in which he fumbled the football early. Has to the 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 9, but still well short of a first down. And we'll see what the Governors decide to do on 4th down and 8. Kaiser's second catch of the night. Now, do you punt it? Looks like Keenholz is in there. He is the punter as well, and the Governors are going to try to play field position here. 4th and 8 from the Harrisburg 40. Keenholz will kick into a 8 to 10 mile an hour wind. 2 back deep. At the 10 for the Tigers. Titan try on one of them. Here's a bit of a floating snap. Keenholz will just softly kick this one up, and a fair catch called for, and this one is going to be, I thought it was going to go dead by Kaiser, but then Kaiser dove at it and wasn't able to down it. Kaiser says that should be at the 1, but you have to control it, and I really think that ball was going to come to a stop, maybe at the Harrisburg 1-yard line, but Kaiser got in there, knocks it into the end zone, and that will be a touchback. So just a 20-yard net punt for Keenholz and the Governors. It'll be 1st and 10 for Harrisburg at their own 20. They lead 21-13. We've got 9:34 to play here in the first half. Governors scored long touchdown passes. Keenholz to Merkwan both times in their first 2 possessions. Harrisburg has scored in 3 out of 4 possessions. The last one on a 13-yard field set up by a Governor fumble and a Harrisburg return. So Jacob Knuth will set things up. Run pass option, in trouble, but he gets away from 2 Governors. Now throws on the run, has a man far side. Beautiful play by Jacob Knuth. The Golden Gopher recruit, he hooks up with Caden Tuttle out across the 30, out of bounds at the 35. But there's a flag down back at the 22, 2 yards ahead of the line of scrimmage. So the Governors will get bailed out here most likely as all of the Tigers are coming back. Ineligible man downfield is the call. One of the offensive linemen of the ineligible receivers broke too soon. So that's a 5-yard penalty marked off from the line of scrimmage. That will negate a 15-yard pass play and a would-be first down. Tigers will have it 1st and 15 back at their own 15-yard line. 9:26 to go. Second quarter. Scoring obviously is slowed. It seems that both teams have maybe started to figure out the other's tendencies. Here comes Josh Strand on the blitz right side, but Tuttle steps up in front. He's got Carlson at the 45 and the 50, and he is gone. Near side, 10-5 touchdown. Jacob Knuth avoids the rush, and he beats the blitz. He hooks up with Lincoln Carlson for his second long touchdown, this one going 85 yards, and Harrisburg up by 2 scores. The Tigers going up top for the second time. Knuth with his 4th touchdown, 2 pass, 2 run. Already here in the first half, it's 27-13 with 9:12 to play here in the first half. Soley will try to tack on one more. He's 3 for 3 so far. This will be his first attempt with the wind. Kicking from south to north, or right to left. And it's up and good. Soley certainly knows what he's doing. You got Knuth who's playing at the next level we know next year. Soley might be able to do that as well. 4 for 4 for Bryce Soley. 28-13 our score as Harrisburg leads the Governors here. Still 9:12 to go in the first half. A 30-second break and a Tiger kick when we return. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Great visibility for your business, organization, or family by supporting the live productions of your school.
Of all the things you can teach a child, how to handle money is one of the most important. Their knowledge, discipline, and control in the area of money will follow them wherever they may go, and in every area of their life. Teach them the facts of money. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
Welcome back to Harrisburg. Brian Oakland play-by-play. A first half filled with big plays after an ineligible man penalty. Harrisburg It's marked off 5 yards. And the Governors come on the blitz on 1st and 15, but Jacob Knuth stepped up to avoid the rush, and he finds Lincoln Carlson behind everybody in the defense. He caught it 30 yards upfield at his own 45-yard line, but he had nobody in front of him and was able to outrun all Governor Green for an 85-yard touchdown. Bryce Soley with the PAT. It's 28-13. Soley ready to kick. And with the wind, high end over end, this one will reach the end zone and beyond. I think he kicked that one through the uprights, and Harrisburg student body saying it's good. Give us 3 more, but that won't happen. So the Governors down 2 scores for the first time tonight. We'll see what they can do from their own 20-yard line. Pierre has still been able to make plays, but they got stalled on a 4th and 8 from their own 40, or from the Harrisburg 40 rather, on their last possession. Chose to kick, turned into a touchback. Harrisburg counters with their second long touchdown of the night through the air. So Lincoln Kenols right now unofficially 7 out of 12 and 155 yards. Meanwhile, Jacob Knuth 5 out of 8 for 164 yards, both with 2 long scoring plays. Kenols 1st and 10 from the 20, moving left to right, throws across his body, looking underneath to Mosier. I think he was trying to get it to Jet Zabel behind, but Mosier came in underneath, and Zabel, unfortunately, was uncovered. It might have had more room to run. Dangerous throw, but it does fall incomplete. As Mosier knocks that one down, 2nd and 10 from the Governor 20. First half, second quarter in particular, starting to take a little while with a lot of pass attempts and incomplete passes that stop the clock. Coach Steele said, don't be surprised if Lincoln puts it up in the air 40 times tonight. So far, 13. Looking to throw again. 2nd down. Has a man over the middle and a crossing route. Merkwan unable to haul it in. Good coverage here. Timothy Bishop blanketing him. Once again, Merkwan just in traffic. I think he got met by a second Harrisburg defender as well. And obviously Harrisburg starting to figure out the passing tendencies of the Governors. 2 long touchdowns on go routes by the Governors, but now trying to make some things happen over the middle. 3rd and 10 from the 20. Keenholz screen to Zabel. That goes nowhere except for back to the line of scrimmage. And Aiden Viox, the linebacker, is right there. They say Viox here in Harrisburg. I've always called him Viox, but he's a great wrestler, but he's a pretty good linebacker too. 4th down and 10. The Governors will go 3 and out for the first time tonight.
Deep for the Tigers, number 10, Lincoln Carlson, and number 84.
Completed pass, but again, Zabel with his 4th catch on the night. This one for no gain, and Keenol's going to have to put a good boot into this one. There's a flag down. Thrown by the near side lineman. Now a muffed punt back into Harrisburg territory. Falling on it, though, is Lincoln Carlson at his own 37-yard line. We'll check the flag, though, and it'll be interesting to see what the linesman on the near side saw. Is this offside or is it illegal procedure? They say illegal formation, I think, is what this is going to be on the Governors. So maybe one man not on the line of scrimmage. So Harrisburg will have a choice. They can go 5 yards back, but they have elected to decline the penalty, and they'll take the football with decent field position, 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. Governors are ready to go defensively, but I guess with a bit of a delay, I'm a little surprised they're not calling heat timeouts here. Game time temperature over 80 degrees, but where we're sitting, we're quite comfortable here. In the shade of the grandstand and the press box. 38-yard line for the Tigers, 8:12 to play, quarter number 2. Harrisburg leading the Governors 28-13. Govs could really use a defensive stop. On the ground they'll go. Lincoln Carlson, one of the wideouts on the pitch out. Jet sweep to the near side. He'll get across the 40. Pickup of maybe 4. They'll drop him at the 42.
For the Governors, number 87,
And DeAndre Burnt in on the stop. You can hear Keenholz there as well. Carlson with 4. Gavin Ross has done most of the running. 7 carries, 89 yards. Had a big 50-yarder to set up one of the scores for Harrisburg. Jacob Knuth has 2 carries, 9 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now Carlson with that 4-yard scamper. Strand looking to come on the blitz again, and the inside handoff will be thwarted. Joshua Strand in on the stop. DeAndre Burnt is there as well. So the Governor defense for this play stands their ground. This will be a loss on the play. The first time Harrisburg will get pushed back, this time inside the 40, a loss of 2.
Loss of 2.
And it'll be third down. And a long 7, we'll call it here. 7:05 to go first half, 28-13 Harrisburg. They've got the 15-point lead in the football from the near side. Pump fake. Knuth wants to go long. Looking for a man. Single coverage and thrown over. Shot. Here, good coverage by Chase Sarda. But Gavin Ross out of the backfield, the intended receiver. And the Governors will hold Harrisburg to a 3-and-out themselves. But Harrisburg right now keeping their offense on the field. 4th and 8 from their own 40-yard line. Knuth vehemently asking for it, but they're just trying to delay here, maybe to see if they can get the Governors caught off guard. They will snap, though. Knuth looks over the middle, floats it, has a man. It's Walter wide open inside the 30, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown. He got run down at the 5-yard line, but takes Lincoln Keenholz for a 5-yard ride to the house. And on 4th and 8, from the 40-yard line, it is Knuth to Walter over the top for 60 yards. And the Governor defense unable to get a stop on a 4th and long. Walter, talented receiver. That is his 3rd catch of the night. But the Governors have to wonder, maybe they didn't have the right people on the field. They probably thought Harrisburg would come out and punt, but they get fooled. And Soley kicks his 5th PAT through. The 6:40 to go, 35-13. Harrisburg starting to open this one up as we take a 30-second break, and we're back with another Harrisburg kick when we return to Pierre Governor football.
Scott Darno with Scott Darno with Lee Real Estate in Pierre is ready to help you find your dream home. There are 10 things you need to do to buy or sell your home. Number 1, call him at 605-220-2676, and he'll handle the other 9. As your resident realtor on a bike, he will make buying or selling your home feel like a walk in the park, not an Ironman triathlon. Find him on Facebook or email scott@LeeRealEstatePierre.com. Lee Real Estate and Scott are proud sponsors of Central South Dakota Youth Sports and Events broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
At DK
off guard, but then they snap the football, and stepping up in the pocket, Jacob Knuth finds Andrew Walter 60 yards downfield. The 3rd time the Governor defensive backfield has been burned on long touchdowns by Harrisburg. Walter goes 60 yards for the score. Soley's PAT makes it 35-13. A low line drive kick, but plenty of distance to put this one into the end zone, and the Governors will have another touchback. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. A lot of time still to go first half, but Pierre now stopped on their last 3 possessions, 1 fumble and 2 punts after scoring long touchdowns on their first 2 trips with the football. And again, Pierre going to have to maybe try to do some different things. Looks like here they'll start with Brock Mosier in the backfield with Lincoln Keenholz. Governors very much undersized on that offensive line. They've done a good job in pass protection, but we'll see how they do in run blocking if that happens to be the case here. 2 wide left, 1 to the near side right, ball in the middle of the field. It's on the ground. Mosier's first carry of the day, and he breaks outside and hit after about a 1-yard gain, but he'll drag a man for 3 more and be dropped at the 24. Skylar Wodzinski's getting his name called quite a bit tonight. The defensive effort. 2nd and 6 for the Governors. Using the run now to set up the pass, as we talked about with Coach Steele. I mentioned that earlier. Keenholz will be in the pistol. Mosier, the sophomore, has it again. Goes left side, contacted just across the 35, breaks a tackle to the 30, then to the 35, and then I think he steps out of bounds. Good hard run here for Brock Mosier. Barenfuss will get him out of bounds, but up to the 36 and a 12-yard gain goes Brock Mosier. Broke a tackle after what maybe would have been a 2 or a 3-yard gain. He gets 12 instead. And 1st and 10 at the 36 for Pierre. Out of bounds, the clock stops. Inside of 6 minutes to go. We're halfway through the second. Mosier again, this time met just across the line of scrimmage. One of the big linebackers, Cade Larson, in on the stop here. Still picks up a 2, it looks like. They'll spot it up near the 38. So 18 on 3 carries for Brock Mosier. Mosier in particular trying to replace a whole lot of touchdowns from the last 3 years. And then some. McGuire Rasky, who probably scored as many, if not more, touchdowns than anybody in Governor history. Here goes Keenholz stepping up outside to the short side of the field, but tucks and runs after the backfield was emptied. O'Connor runs him out. Good gain on 1st down here for the Governors. Across the 40, spotted at the 44. A pickup apparently of 6. It'll be, nope. Actually, forgot to spot that last play. 3rd down and 2. It's at the 44 now. 6 for Keenholz. Still taking it out of the pistol. Keep it on the ground. This is Wiebe, and he'll have enough for a 1st down. A yard past the line to gain. Jaden Wiebe's first carry of the night. Larson will get him for a short gain, but again, should be good enough. They'll spot it at the 47. That's a 1st down. Pick up a 3. Governors playing a little more ball control here so far, starting at their own 20. They've gone 5 plays, 27 yards, all on the ground. And with 4:50 counting down as they started up again. Ball's on the far hash mark. Here in the first half, Govs trail 35-13. Harrisburg's offense in full swing, especially through the air. Keenholz wants to throw. Has a man. It's Kaiser as he makes the adjustment and hauls it in. Over the top of O'Connor. Good long gain on the near side. Tough catch for Kaiser. Had to make an adjustment. That ball might have floated a little bit, but it's down at the Harrisburg 26-yard line. That's a pickup of 27.
29-yard pass play.
Through the air for
1st and 10 for the Governors.
Keenholz to Kaiser, his 3rd carry of the night, or catch rather. Back-to-back 1st downs, the 3rd on this possession for the Governors. I don't want to say desperately, but the Governors do need a score on this possession if they want to stay within sight of the Tigers. 35-13 our score. 5 touchdowns, 3 long passes over the top by Harrisburg so far. Keenholz looks left, now over the middle, now nowhere to go. He'll be wrapped up and brought down inside the 30, back to the 28, but that'll be a loss of 2. Aiden Foley in on the stop here, but the 2nd sack of Keenholz tonight. Short loss, 2nd down and 12 coming up for the Governors. Clock still runs and plenty of time. 3:40 counting down here in the first half. And the Governors, I think right now, as long as they get in the end zone, they'd be real content to run as much time off of this second quarter clock as possible. Keep Harrisburg from having the football again. Obviously, they've shown their quick strike capability. Mosier back in the backfield. 2nd and 12. on the ground. Brock takes the handoff, spins away, but can't keep his footing. He's inside the 25, down to the 24. Hit by Larson again. Pick up a 4 this time. Second down and 6. Nope, third down rather.
Third down and 8 for the Governors.
And 8, that's right. It was a second down and 12. Now third and 8. As Keenholz will send everybody out wide. Mosier will be the middle man out far left. Matthew Hansen in the near slot. Kaiser the only one out wide on the right with Zabel on the tight end spot. Offensive line has a lot of gaps in it. Keenholz looking over the middle. Throws, has Kaiser caught. Is he in bounds? Touchdown! Cade Kaiser got a foot down on the near side as he got pushed away out of bounds. So thought the defender, but Cade Kaiser, a 24-yard touchdown grab from Lincoln Keenholz. Credit the pass protection again. Keenholz able to step up in the pocket. By the time he threw that football, he did not have a lot of room. But he gets it delivered. His third touchdown pass of the night. And the Governors back within 16, and they'll try a PAT with Cole Peterson. Keenholz, another lackluster snap, but Peterson gets a good kick through this time, and it is good. 2:28 to play, and the Governors showing some life, trying to keep pace here. Back within 35-20. Harrisburg, of course, still in front. We break for 30 seconds. The Governors will kick when we come back to Pierre Governor Football and your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.
In Pierre, we take pride in our fast and professional auto service. Our well-trained techs specialize in transmission repair, tune-ups, brake service, suspension engine repair, auto diagnostics, and general maintenance repairs and oil changes. Making sure you and your family get from point A to point Z and all points in between is what motivates us to provide you exceptional service. At DK Auto Repair, we proudly support every Pierre Governors event, the students involved, and their families.
The Pierre Fire Department.
Well, the longest possession in terms of number of plays for either team tonight. The Governors go 9 plays, 80 yards. 4 minutes and 12 seconds off the second quarter clock. Lincoln Keenholz hooks up with Cade Kaiser, who makes a beautiful grab on the near side. 24 yards out. Peterson tacks on the PAT. The Governors cut the lead to 15 now, 35-20. Harrisburg still with plenty of time, 2:28 rather to play here in the second quarter. As Peterson will tee it up and kick it. Low line drive will be taken, but Harrisburg should get a decent return. Up the middle of the field, this is Lincoln Carlson. Has 2 long runs. He's out to the near side, 35 to the 40, up to the 50-yard line before being run out of bounds. In fact, they'll mark him at the Tiger 47. A long return. Peterson, the kicker himself, is the one who gets the tackle. Harrisburg will have good field position at their own 47. The difference in the kickoffs here between Bryce Soley and Cole Peterson. Soley kicks them high and long. Peterson kicked it long, but this was a low line drive, and Harrisburg got a nice long return out of it. About a 45-yard return out to the 47. For Lincoln Carlson, who's done a lot of running, a couple of long touchdowns, 57 and 85 yards. 35-20, Tigers have it, 1st and 10. Near side, short side. This is Andrew Walter. He's got a wall to run through to the Governor 40-yard line, run down from behind by Gavin Stotts. But all the way to the Governor 35, and that'll be a pickup of 17 on first down for Knuth to Andrew Walter. 221 through the air on 10 attempts for Jacob Knuth. First down at the Governor 35, and they got out of bounds too with the clock stopping. Here's an inside handoff to Gavin Ross. Going around the right end, and those big guys able to steal. And an easy 5+ yard gain. In fact, they'll give him 7 inside the 30 to the 28-yard line before Deegan Huska finally brings down Ross.
7 yards for Ross on the carry.
9th carry of the night. Ross should be approaching 100 now. Everything single digits, but except for the 150-yarder that he had to set up one of the scores back in the first quarter for the Tigers. 1:24, clock winding. Second quarter, Tigers by 15. Nobody open downfield. Knuth will dump it off on the near side. He has Walter and should be good enough for a first down inside the 25.
Tackle out of bounds by number 17, Jack Marquand.
Marquand in on the stop, playing some D. Chase Sarda there as well. They'll spot it at the 24. That's a gain of 4. But it is enough to move the chains, and again, out of bounds.
Pass play will bring up 1st and 10 for the Tigers on their own 24-yard
Now
line.
5 catches for 97 yards for Andrew Walter. He had the 60-yarder on the last possession for a score. Ross will keep it on the ground here, and straight up the gut on the near hash mark. 25 to the 20 and down to the 18. 6-yard surge. Alexander Pickard in on the stop. He's a 200-pound senior. 6 on the gain for Ross, his 10th carry of the night. Strand looking to come quickly. Knuth steps up in the pocket, but the Governors will wrap him up this time. And a tackle for a loss back at the 20-yard line, and Harrisburg will have to take a timeout. Lucas Coleman, 260-pound big lineman here with the stop. So we've got a timeout, our first timeout in the broadcast. Timeouts are brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling. Grab a Coca-Cola product of your choice and be back. 60-second break. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Has a strong and proud history of volunteering for our community since 1881. We have some great men and women who are serving our community, and we are always looking for more quality volunteers. No experience is necessary, as we provide training locally. If you are looking for the next adventure and an opportunity to serve your community, volunteer today. It's as easy as calling 605-773-7401 to get started.
Join the team and take on your legacy. Since 1862, the South Dakota Army National Guard has been ready to defend our freedom and our way of life. When our nation calls, we are there to help our friends, neighbors, and communities in the event of forest fires, floods, tornadoes, and severe winter storms right here in South Dakota. Now we want you to write the next chapter in our rich history of the South Dakota Army National Guard. Visit their Facebook and Instagram pages or nationalguard.com/SD.
Well, after a quarterback sack, Tigers have it 3rd down, and it's a pitch back to Gavin Ross for the 23rd and about 6 to go. Governors will get him for a short gain. Austin Foley, Deegan Huska. Now the Governors will take a timeout on what will be a 4th down play coming up with about 4 to go. And they signal this one in the direction of the Governors. So we've got another Coca-Cola timeout. It'll be the first charge timeout for Pierre. Let's take a quick 30-second break with 27 seconds left. Perhaps a field goal attempt from Bryce Soley coming when we come back to River 92.7 coverage of Pierre Governor football.
Graham Tire of Pierre is your premier hometown shop, specializing in tires to fit vehicles, from ATVs to large farm equipment and everything in between. At your tire store next door, you can find a plethora of brand name tires that range from 4 to 10 ply and much more. Our highly skilled technicians can handle brakes, heating, and air conditioning. Call us today at 224-8643 or visit us at grahamtire.com. Graham Tire is a proud sponsor of Pierre and surrounding communities' local activities.
Service Master of Pierre.
4th down and 4 for the Tigers at the Governor 18-yard line. Harrisburg is not sending their kicking unit on. They'll stick with Jacob Knuth and his playmaking ability. 2 backs in the I formation. Knuth is rolling out. Wants a man, Cade Larson. They'll go back the other way, and it's Aiden Foley left all alone. The Tigers fool the Governors again. On 4th and 4, no field goal necessary. It's an 18-yard touchdown pass from Jacob Knuth to Aiden Foley, the tight end. The normal formation for the Tigers has Knuth and 4 wideouts with no tight ends, but this one with a fullback in there, they go with a big set, and Aiden Foley with an easy catch and score from 18 yards out. So Harrisburg tacks on another one. Their 6th score of the night, 4th touchdown pass for Jacob Knuth. Soley looks to go 6 for 6 in the kicking game, and he's got that one as well. And the updated score with 18 seconds to play, first half, 42-20. Harrisburg, every bit as good as advertised. We'll take a 30-second break. They'll kick off. When we come back, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Go-to service experts for a wide variety of cleaning needs. Since 2003, we have developed the most effective methods and products to service virtually every type of industry. We're known for our exceptional carpet and upholstery cleaning, but did you know we also offer cleaning of all types of flooring, along with providing fire and water restoration, commercial cleaning, janitorial services, and construction cleanup. Service Master of Pierre is a proud sponsor of TF Riggs Governors and Lady Guffs, as well as Stanley County Buffaloes and Lady Buffs activities.
Your hometown neighborhood market.
Well, the Governors score a touchdown with 2:28 left. We were a little concerned maybe that the Harrisburg Tigers might have plenty of time to come back and score again. Pierre got them on a fourth and four situation, and again, second time on fourth down, the Tigers maybe get you thinking that they'll kick. Once a punt. This time we thought maybe a field goal opportunity with one of the best kickers that we'll find in South Dakota this year. But instead they go up over the top. They decoyed to the right, threw back to the left. Tight end Aiden Foley all alone for an 18-yard touchdown pass from Jacob Knuth. Bryce Soley tacks on one. It's 42-20 here as the Governors will take a touchback, and they'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And again, just 18 seconds to play. Stay tuned for the halftime report, which is brought to you by Leiden & Associates, Ameriprise Financial in the Northridge Plaza in Pierre. Give you a full recap, all the scoring, and man, we'll have a lot to talk about when we recap the scoring in this one. A lot of stats, too. 243 yards and 4 touchdowns for Jacob Knuth of Harrisburg. 206 yards unofficially for Lincoln Keenholz. 3 scores. It's been a fun first half, but the Governors defensively have not been able to figure out that passing attack. Here's Keenholz, who has a man out wide. This is Kaiser. A wide receiver screen to the far side. Kaiser, I believe, got out of bounds. He at least appears to have the first down. Barenfuss on the stop. Spotted to the 30. Should be a first down, and it is.
10 yards on the pass play will bring up
Kaiser's 5th grab of the night. 77 yards unofficially. 9 seconds to go. Pierre does have some quick strike ability themselves, but they need another quick pickup here. Brock Mosier goes back to the middle of the field, and he will get a first down across the 45. Do they get the timeout? And the far side official says yes, with maybe 1 second to play. They will put 1 second back, so Mosier gets tackled at just the right time at the 47-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Governors. So a timeout here sponsored by Coca-Cola Bottling and your Coca-Cola dealer in Pierre. Quick 30-second break. We'll see if the Govs have a quick strike and a big play in them from 53 yards out when we return to Pierre Governor football.
Limestone canyons, flowing waterfalls, and pristine beauty make Spearfish a sanctuary for those seeking the ultimate escape. Outdoor enthusiasts will find top-notch sport climbing, mountain biking, and UTV OHV trails. Guests are steps away from peaceful hiking trails and tranquil streams. Relax and rehash your day's adventure at one of our award-winning local breweries. Finding rest is an important part of any adventure. Lodging in Spearfish comes with a variety of choices, from cabins, B&Bs, and campgrounds to the comforts of your popular brand-name hotels. To find your unique adventure in Spearfish, go to visitspearfish.com now.
Driven by the Office of Highway Safety, we are KGFX FM Pierre River 92.7, your official voice of Governor Sports. Office of Highway Safety reminds us all, don't drink and drive, stay alive. Brian Oakland with you. We've got one play to go here. One timed down, 1 second left for the Governors, and they've got it 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line. After 2 first down pickups, Lincoln Keenholz will show the big arm. 3 wide, 4 wide to the left. Now he has to go underneath and throw it away to avoid the sack and avoid what could have been a turnover. Good decision for Keenholz, but that is how our first half will come to an end. Governors will have the football to start the second half. But on the Gales Gas Service scoreboard, it's all Harrisburg right now, 42-20. Tigers over the Governors. Gales Gas Service of Pierre sponsoring our Gales Gas Service scoreboard. We take a 2-minute break. We hit halftime from Leiden & Associates, Ameriprise Financial, and we'll give you the recap when we return. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7, live streaming to drgnews.com.
Americans needed a car that worked harder than a car. We built them a truck. And they used our trucks to build interstates and industries and communities, livelihoods and neighborhoods. Americans needed vehicles worthy of who they are and what they can do. So, we built them a truck.
Everyone says they want to change the world. But not everyone will. We are not everyone.
Good to have them here along with us. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's get into our Leiden & Associates Ameriprise Financial halftime report. A lot of stats, a lot of big plays, and we'll start with the scoring recap. Harrisburg wins the toss, elects to receive. The Governors kick, and Harrisburg starts at their own 21-yard line. Didn't take them long. They get a first down up to the 39, and then 2 plays later, a 57-yard touchdown pass from Jacob Knuth to Lincoln Carlson, and Bryce Soley tacked on the PAT. A minute 43 into this one, it was 7-0 Tigers on a 4-play, 79-yard scoring drive. Governors get off to a great start themselves. Lincoln Keenholz, we expected him to throw a lot tonight, and he goes 3 for 3 on their first possession, and ending in a 43-yard touchdown to Jack Merkwan. And Cole Peterson tacked on the PAT to make it 7-7 at the 9-11 mark of quarter number 1. Governors get a defensive stop and force Harrisburg to punt from their own 24-yard line. They get good field position at their own 35. 6 plays later, 65 yards, a long touchdown pass from Lincoln Keenholz to Jack Merkwan for the second time, 56 yards out. There was an errant snap on the PAT. The kick attempt was failed. It went into the backside of the offensive line, but the Governors led for the first time at 13-7 with 5:25 to go in the first quarter. But Harrisburg marches right back, 80 yards off of a touchback in 6 plays. They got a big 50-yard run from Gavin Ross down to the 15-yard line, and 3 plays later, Jacob Knuth runs it in from 2 yards out from that on a quarterback sneak. Soley's kick gives Harrisburg the lead back at 14-13. Still 2:56 to go in the first quarter. The Governors got another first down on a long field to play on, though. They get a first down at the 28, but then a pass over the middle as Cade Kaiser was trying to drag people for extra yardage, but he takes one big hit and loses the football. Harrisburg picks it up for the only takeaway of the game for either team. They return it down to their 13-yard line. Knuth runs it in from 7 yards out 3 plays later. Soley's kick makes it 21-13. Still a minute 3 to go in the first quarter. Governors advance all the way to the Harrisburg 40. Got some help on a pass interference penalty on their 4th possession of the night, but they had to punt on they elected to punt on 4th and 8 from the Harrisburg 40-yard line. It goes into the end zone, and Harrisburg, after a touchback, called for a penalty to mark them back to the 15-yard line on their first play attempt. But then, on a blitz from the Governors, Jacob Knuth stepped up in the pocket, floated an 85-yard touchdown catch and run to Lincoln Carlson over the top. Carlson's second catch and touchdown of the night as Soley makes the kick to go 28-13. That coming at the 9:12 mark of the second quarter. Govs go 3 and out. Their defense comes back, holds Harrisburg on a 3 and out or a 4th down situation, but on 4th and 8 from their own 40-yard line, the Governors may have expected Harrisburg to kick. They did not. They get another step up in the pocket effort from Knuth, 60 yards over the middle to Andrew Walter, and the kick made it 35-13, 6:40 to play. Governors come back, get a good long sustained drive, though. 9 plays, 80 yards in 4 minutes and 12 seconds as Lincoln Kienholz hits Cade Kaiser for a beautiful catch on the near sideline, 24 yards out. The Peterson point after made it 35-20, but 2:28 to go. Still plenty of time for Knuth and company as they use 2 minutes and 1 second to go 7 plays, 53 yards. Another 4th down conversion. 4th and 4, they had it at the 18-yard line with an easy, probably kick attempt, what could have been for a fine kicker in Bryce Soley, but the offense comes back out after a Governor timeout, and, they float one out. They decoyed everybody to the right side on the offensive side of the field. They throw back to the left, and Aiden Foley from 18 yards out walks it in. Uncontested. There was nobody on the entire left half of the field when he caught that football. Nobody for the Governors. 42-20 our score with 18 seconds left. Govs get 2 first downs up to the 47, and with 1 second left had one last-ditch attempt, but Kienholz was not able to unload a Hail Mary. He had to dump one off to avoid a sack, and that is how the half comes to an end. 42-20 our score as Harrisburg, the number 1 team in 11 AAA, leads the Governors, the number 1 team in 11 AA here at the half. Let's take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with the stats and plenty more in our Leiden & Associates Ameriprise Financial halftime update. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
On TMA for all of your automotive needs, from tires to mufflers to all automotive repairs. Call TMA at 224-6167, and your service begins with.
Good morning, TMA. This John will help you.
Harry K. Ford, your go-to dealer for transparency and the lowest prices. From sales to service, we pride ourselves on transparency and low prices. It's who we are every day. Family, friends, and Fords, in that order.
When you're in the need for high-quality replacement auto parts, look no further than Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop in Pierre. Zander's has been servicing the Pierre area for over 40 years. Their professional parts techs can get you the part you need and get you back on the road. Stop by Zander Auto Parts and Machine Shop at 500 West Sioux in Pierre or call 224-9221. Zander's, your source for domestic and foreign auto parts and accessories.
The Golden Buffalo Casino at Lower Brule is proud of our area youth for their competitive spirit and participation in the various high school activities. It takes dedication and commitment to be the best you can be. It's all about sportsmanship and not whether you win or lose, but how you play the game. The Golden Buffalo Casino is your winning destination for great food and more ways to win more often. Our youth, our future. We at the Golden Buffalo Casino say thanks for all you do.
This is Randy Schumacher, owner of Capital City Monuments. When the time comes for you to consider the purchase of a memorial, be it ahead of time for yourself or for a loved one who has passed, I am here to help. I have 27 memorials on display in my office. We can design the memorial together when you visit. My reputation has been built on integrity, trust, and caring service to families. I am located across from Hardware Hank on Main Street. Thank you for the opportunity to serve you and your family at Capital City Monuments.
Stats, and there's a lot of offense in this game, a lot of big plays, but both teams getting things done, especially through the air, but also on the ground. Unofficially, total stats, I've got the Tigers at 375 yards, the Governors at 338 total, but Harrisburg has made good on a couple more possessions, and they lead by 3 scores right now, 42-20. We'll start on the ground. 114 yards of total offense for Harrisburg. Gavin Ross has 101 on 11 carries. Everything single digits except for his 50-yarder that set up one of the touchdowns for Harrisburg. Jacob Knuth has 2 carries for 9 yards. Touchdown runs of 2 and 7 yards. Lincoln Carlson has 1 carry for 4 yards, 114 on the ground for the Tigers. Knuth through the air, every bit as good as advertised. You can see why a Big Ten school is hot after him. 9 out of 12 through the air, 263 yards unofficially with 4 touchdowns. He was sacked once for a loss of 2 yards, so 261 passing offense, 114 on the ground for the Tigers, 375 total. Receiving-wise, Lincoln Carlson has 2 catches, 2 touchdowns of 57 and 57 and 85 yards, total 142 on that first half. Andrew Walter has caught 5 balls, including a 60-yard score, 97 yards for him. Aiden Foley, the tight end, has that 1 catch for an 18-yard score. Gavin Ross with a 6-yarder out of the backfield on his only catch of the game. Only 6 first downs for Harrisburg, but with touchdowns included of 57 and 85 and 60 and also 18 yards, you can see why they've got quite a lot on the scoreboard so far. 375 yards of total offense. As for the Governors, they've got 110 yards on the ground. Lincoln Keenhol's doing most of the damage from the quarterback position. 85 yards on 7 carries. Had a 43-yarder in there to kind of pad his stats a little bit. Brock Mosier has 4 carries for 22 yards. Jaden Wiebe, 1 carry for 3 yards. 110 on the ground for Pierre. Through the air, Keenhol's has thrown the football 20 times. He has completed 13 of them, has 3 touchdowns for 233 yards. Touchdowns, of course, to Jack Merkwan of 43 and 56 yards. Cade Kaiser has the 24-yarder as well. Yardage-wise, Merkwan leads the way in receiving, 2 catches, 99 yards, the 2 touchdowns. Cade Kaiser with 5 catches, 77 yards, and the 1 touchdown as well. Jet Zabel has caught 4 passes for 40 yards. Brock Mosier has a 17-yard pickup, and Matthew Hansen has 1 catch, but for a loss of 2 on that particular play. Keenholz also was sacked twice for losses of 5 yards total. 228 yards total passing offense for the Governors, 110 on the ground, 338 total. Penalties, both teams have been penalized twice. 15 total yards lost against the Governors, 20 lost against the Tigers. And the Governors have picked up 10 first downs, but they have 1 costly fumble in this ball game as Cade Kaiser, fighting for extra yards, was hit, and the Tigers returned it down to the Governor 13-yard line. So that's the story of the first half here. As we've got time for another 2-minute timeout. Good performance by the Tiger Marching Band and their flag corps as well. And, we'll have more still to come. We'll check upcoming action and also look in on other scores from Central South Dakota and the big schools as well. Plenty more still to come. Your Leiden and Associates halftime update continues. This is Pierre Governor football.
Dosey's Signs in Chamberlain isn't your run-of-the-mill sign shop. Todd and Doug take the time to listen to your needs and come up with an innovative and effective design to fit your budget and take your advertising to the next level. Dozy's specializes in any size or event sporting banners, storefronts and awnings, and letters or numbers for windows, vehicle boats, and enclosed trailers. Need something more flashy? We can do a vehicle wrap, illuminated signs, billboards, and LED lighting. If you can dream it, we can design and build it. Dozy's is a proud sponsor of local sports and communities activities.
If you're hunting for a great deal on your next ride, get into Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre. We're locked and loaded on all of our new and used inventory, like this 2018 Toyota Highlander, only $28,495. Looking for low price reliability? Try a 2011 Honda Accord for only $6,995. Who wants a loaded up truck? We have a 2014 Chevy Silverado 1500 LTZ for only $17,995. Get to Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 518 East Sioux Avenue. Call 605-224-7378 and visit GatewayFLT.com.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank, providing great service right from the start. It's our promise to you that sets us apart. With every handshake and a smile, we go that extra mile. When you expect more, you expect more. When you expect more, Dakota Prairie Bank.
Back in Harrisburg. Governors definitely finding out where they're at, and at least as far as their passing defense, I think offensively the Governors got to feel pretty good about where they'll stand against most of their 11 AA competition this season, but you can see why Harrisburg is the preseason odds-on favorite, or at least the choice by the prognosticators, if you will, to go all the way in AAA this year after coming up as a runner-up a year ago. Upcoming action for the Governors, this is just week number 1. Governors will have their home opener next week at Hollister Field, Phil Trotner Stadium, when they entertain the Mitchell Colonels. And we'll have a 7 o'clock kickoff, 6:30 pregame here on your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7. The Governors have a date with Sturgis in a couple of weeks as well. And, of course, all the action here on River 92.7. That Sturgis game, by the way, is a Saturday kickoff, Saturday night on September 11th, as that'll be a 7 o'clock kickoff. There will be volleyball in the afternoon against Spearfish. They'll play Sturgis that Friday night, will the Governor girls. But again, Spearfish volleyball in the afternoon, Governor football September 11th in the evening on a Saturday against the Sturgis Scoopers. Governor volleyball, meanwhile, has a matchup at Rapid City Stevens tonight. They started that early. I guess we'll try to get a score if we can, and updates on that. Our next Governor volleyball broadcast will be tomorrow afternoon. David Burrell, who is staying in central South Dakota tonight, will be able to go to Rapid City tomorrow as the Governors take on Rapid City Central from Nas Gymnasium. That'll be a 1 o'clock pregame Central Time, 1:30 with the first serve. And the Governors will have their home opener next Saturday when they host Aberdeen Central here on River 92.7. Elsewhere for Governor Sports, soccer will play at Aberdeen tomorrow, boys and girls. Both teams off to good starts. They'll have another home game on Tuesday when they entertain Watertown, and we'll be adding soccer to our DRG Media Group coverage. It'll be DRGnews.com only, but with the help of Live Ticket, we'll have the video stream, and David Burrell and Big Daddy Dave Williams will have the call of Governor's Soccer when they entertain Aberdeen Central, or rather Watertown, on Tuesday. They go to Aberdeen tomorrow. Competitive cheer and dance will get their season going at Aberdeen tomorrow. They'll go to Watertown on Tuesday in their schedule upcoming. The Pierre Invitational Cross Country meet was run today. Cross Country top finishers for the Governor girls were Jaslyn Rombo and Autumn Iverson. finishing in 4th and 5th place. Hayden Schaefer got 2nd place. Jared Lutmer finishes in 4th for the Governors in the boys' top race today. The Governor golfers went to Huron today. They'll go to Aberdeen on Tuesday. In their upcoming schedule, girls tennis is playing at Rapid City this weekend. That's your update on Governor Sports. Upcoming action as well for Harrisburg next week. They'll host O'Gorman on Saturday, and then they'll go to Sioux Falls Lincoln with a matchup at Howard Wood Field on September 10th. Other scores that we've got for you in 11 AA. Aberdeen Central has defeated Douglas 49-0 up in Aberdeen. Games going on right now, 7 o'clock kickoffs. Brookings leads T area 14-7 late in the first quarter. Mitchell has a 7-0 lead on Spearfish. That game in Mitchell in the second quarter. Huron is also playing at Yankton tonight, and Sturgis plays host to Watertown tomorrow. 11 AAA, Sioux Falls Jefferson in their first game ever is leading Sioux Falls Washington 17-6. Shy of halftime, Brandon Valley leads out at Rapid City Stevens 14-0 in the second quarter. Rapid City Central hosts Sioux Falls Lincoln tomorrow afternoon. O'Gorman hosts Sioux Falls Roosevelt tomorrow evening. Other games from around the area, Central South Dakota in 9-man football. Stanley County with their home opener. They struggled against Timberlake last week, having their struggles on KGFX so far tonight against the Parkston Trojans. Early second quarter, it's Parkston now up top 22-0. Harriet Selby area up north, the RG Media Group coverage area station. They defeated Lemon McIntosh 32-16 in 9-man football. A couple of updates in 11B. Winner, number 1 in 11B, leads Bridgewater Emory. They beat them in the Dome a year ago, and they lead them in the first quarter still tonight, 22-0. Chamberlain playing opening their season at Millbank. The Bulldogs lead the Cubs 20-0. More scores coming up in the post game. Let's get the second half going as the Tigers kick it off. And the second half kickoff like the opening tip, sponsored by Comtech and Pierre. Wiebe has to retreat. Jaden takes it at the 2, goes up the near side and all the way out to the 20-yard line. Essentially a touchback, but that's where we will begin here, as the Governors will have some ground to try to make up, trailing 42-20. Good to have you with us here. Brian Oakland, play-by-play. John Neff running the show in studio. Joe English, the new guy on the block with Live Ticket, helping to do live stream video for us as well. We'll be doing that all season long. Looking forward to it. LiveTicket.tv, GoGovsLive.com, and also, of course, DRGnews.com/River, which is the River 92.7 page. Here come the Govs. First pass attempt, first play of the second half as they hit her out to Cade Kaiser. Wide receiver screen. He gets past a couple of defenders across the 25 to the 30 and out of bounds on the far side. It'll be a first down on the first play from scrimmage for the Governors. They'll spot him right at the 30.
10 yards on the completion, 1st and 10.
Kaiser's 6th catch of the game.
For the Governors.
Keenholz's 14th completion in 21 attempts. 233 through the air for Lincoln in the first half, 3 touchdowns. Governors with really only one big miscue on offense, the lost fumble. Here's a inside handoff out of the pistol to Brock Mosier. He'll go left side, short side of the field. And he's got a 5-yard gain. Skylar Wodzinski, who has been all over the field on defense, will get a tackle. They'll give him 4 for Mosier, his 5th carry of the game. 2nd down and 6, just underway, second half. Beautiful night for football. Warm, but still a nice breeze out of the south. It's not 100 degrees. It was 82 at game time. Should remain in the mid to upper 70s throughout the rest of this second half. Pistol again. Keenholz turns around. Mosier goes short side. Left side again. We'll get back only to the line of scrimmage out to the far side. Run out of bounds by Wodzinski again. It'll be 3rd and 6. Cade Larson is there as well. That's the first time Mosier has been stopped for nothing in 6 tries. So Keenholz will probably have to try to run it up through the air. He'll send Merkwan wide. No huddle. The Governors continue to go with the wristbands this year. 4 eligible receivers to the near side. Right side, Jet Zabel is hand on field as a tight end. Keenol's looking in that direction, comes near side, floats one over a defender, and a pass is caught by Matthew Hansen across the 5-yard line to the 47. Logan O'Connor tried to bat that one away, but he couldn't reach it. It was absolutely perfectly thrown by Lincoln Keenholz. A 13-yard hookup, Hansen's second catch of the night. And it's just, you can't throw it any better than that. And O'Connor probably a little frustrated that he wasn't able to get a hand on that. Now first down, the second picked up by the Govs in this sequence to open the second half. 10:20 to go. In the third quarter, Governors trail by 3 scores, though, 42-20. Long pass out the other way. This is Kaiser again into Harrisburg territory. Got a good block to spring it from Hansen. Across the 50 to the Harrisburg 47, it looks like. And that'll be a pickup of 6 rather. Well, the Governors are going to have to take their chances on defense, but their offense showing ability to at least try to keep pace offensively. They've shown their ability to score, obviously through the pass. 3 long touchdown passes from Keenholz, 2 to Merkwan, 1 to Kaiser. This is Jaden Wiebe on the ground. Good juke and jive inside the 45, maybe to the 44. Shy of a first down, but not by much. Cade Larson here, and this is going to be maybe a foot shy of a first down. We are set up at the 47, looking straight down to the field. Ball's at the 44 to our right now. It's only a gain of 3, but
short for the Governors.
Still a decent pickup for Jaden Wiebe, his second carry of the night. Empty backfield, 9-10, counting down third quarter. Keenholz, I would imagine, tries to keep this one down. 8 carries, keepers now for Lincoln Keenholz. 96 yards. Governors have a fresh set of downs in this opening possession of the second half on what will be their 8th play of the possession. 3 wide to the left, tight end plus another receiver. Merkwan to the near side right. On the short side of the field, Keenholz looks left, throws right away to Mosier. He has the completion inside the 30 to the 25. Finally run down at about the 28, make it the 23. That's close to another first down.
Number 40,
but they have to get inside the 23, so we'll give him 9 this time.
And number 26, Logan O'Connor.
Larson and O'Connor, as you can hear, in on the stop. Mosier, second grab. It'll be second down and 1.
For the Governors.
Good start to the second half for the Governors here. See if they can get a finish now. 3 receivers right. Tight end plus Merkwan to the left. Short side. Keenholz will come back this way. Has a man, but O'Connor gets back and is able to knock this one down. Denying Brecken Kruger. As Keenholz looks for cousin Brecken. Kruger's first target of the night. First incompletion on this possession for Keenholz. 25th attempt of the night. 4 out of 5 in the second half on this drive that's got him about 38 yards. A drive that started at the Governor 20-yard line. Now 2nd and 10 at the Harrisburg to make it 3rd and 1 at the Harrisburg 23. Mosier looking for space. Going to be dropped for a short loss as Harrisburg clogged up the left side of the Governor offensive line. Kyle Albertson trying to open a hole, was unable to do so. Caden Mason, big fella, in on the stop, and the Governors will be dropped for a loss of 2 back to the 25. Governors have it 4th and 3. This will be a big play. You have to go for it here. Trailing by 22, still early second half, but you need to make a statement. Keenholz has Merkwan to his left. Looking to the right from the far side. Far hash mark, and he's got a completion. First down at the 20-yard line as Kaiser shields Wodzinski in coverage and is able to haul that one in. Nice catch. Good play and the slant from Keenholz to Kaiser. Only 5 yards on the play, but that's good enough for a Governor first down.
Pass play is enough for the first down. 1st and 10, Governors.
I have 25 spots on my stat sheet for pass attempts. for a quarterback. I have to use my second row now. That was Keenholz's 26th pass attempt. 42-20, Tigers lead. Governors running most of the first half of this third quarter off the clock. Keenholz tries to keep. He gets wrapped up. Can't break free. Might have got back to the line of scrimmage. At worst, a loss of half a yard.
And assisted by number 40, Cade Larson.
Jack Dietert in on the stop. Cade Larson, who's been all over the place once again, also there. It's the first time Keenholz has been dropped for no gain in 9 rushing attempts. 2nd and 10, still at the 20-yard line. Governors right on the doorstep of the red zone here. Now down to 6:05 to go. A 6-minute possession going. Mosier in motion, stops and heads back to the right. Keenholz pump fake, pulls it down, tries to run, outruns one man, still can't get back to the line of scrimmage though. Good coverage in sailing up the outside by Wadzinski, and this is actually going to be a quarterback sack and a loss of a yard. So it'll be 3rd and 11, back at the 21-yard line. Yeah, Keenholz tucked and ran, but it was a pass play that was originally called. He tried to pump fake and was looking for somebody maybe in the end zone. Got Merkwan out here on the right side. He caught 2 long touchdowns, but Timothy Bishop's done a good job defending him ever since. 5:18 to go in the third. 3rd and 11. Governors looking for a big one. Keenholz steps up the middle, avoids the rush. 15 inside, down to the 12. Short of a first down, he needs the 10, but it'll be 4th and 2. Maybe 3, they'll spot it at the 13. That's 8 for Lincoln. He is now over 100 yards rushing, has 104, but the Governors are going to need 3 more on a 4th and 3. 1 4th down pickup converted already on this drive that started at their own 20-yard line. 4:40, clock running. Governors doing the right thing and keeping the ball out of the hands of the Harrisburg offense. Shotgun snap. Keenholz has a man. Is it caught? No, it's broken up in the end zone. And a good job by Carter Barenfuss. I think Matthew Hansen may have been the intended receiver. He was there, but Keenholz just couldn't get enough on the throw. And a 4th down and 3. The Governors will come up empty. They run 15 plays on this opening possession of the second half, but they'll turn it over on downs. And with 4:29 left in the third, Harrisburg will have their first opportunity. So 7 minutes and 31 seconds on that possession. And like we said, keep the ball out of the hands of Harrisburg. Even though you don't score, you got to hope your defense can find a way to make a stop. Tigers have it 1st and 10 at their own 13. And Jacob Knuth will go up the middle on a quarterback keeper up the near hash mark. Tackled by Jacob Mayer up across the 20-yard line. And to the 24, that's a pickup of 11. And the Tigers will be able to move the chains, but not before. We have an injured Governor on the field, and right away. We were wondering when this might happen. We've got a cramp in the lower leg of one of the Governors. So an injury timeout on the field. Timeouts in our broadcast brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling. Let's take a quick 30 seconds, and we'll be back with more. Governors trail Harrisburg 42-20, though. And there is a Tiger suffering a cramp at the same time as well. Coca-Cola injury timeout. This is Pierre Governor football.
Rosenberg hates to say it, but these days are getting shorter, and it won't be long until we'll be working in the dark. Rosenberg Implement is here to help. Save 8% on all in-stock flashlights. Get one for your car, truck, tractor, combine, or anywhere else. With so many sizes and options available, you may even need one for your house or shop. Nothing worse than trying to find one when the lights are out. Now is the time to save on all in-stock flashlights, only at Rosenberg Implement.
Leg cramps here with 4:22 left in the third quarter. Gavin Stotts was one, but I thought I just saw Jacob Knuth suffering the other one. And if that's the case, you got an injury on the field. He should have to probably come out at least for a play, but unless the Tigers actually take a timeout, but that's not the indication. So at any rate, we'll play on. Knuth looks ready to go. Stotts walked off to the far side of the field. He is out for at least a play, but Knuth will take an inside handoff, or give one to Gavin Ross. Near side, short side. Ross still on his feet at the 40 to the 50. Governor 40-yard line, finally run down by Josh Strand inside the Pierre 40, out of bounds to the near side at, they'll call it the 36. So a big gain for Gavin Ross, somehow staying in bounds as he ran up the near side.
Ross carries the ball
a little interesting, though. I really think that was Jacob Knuth who had that leg cramp. But this is a big gain. 26 up to the 50 plus 14. How about 40 yards this time for Gavin Ross? Now Knuth goes for the distance and the downs. Has his man, but Walter is not able to keep a handle on it. He had it in the end zone. Giving coverage is Jack Merkwan.
In coverage.
Jack with 2 long touchdowns himself on offense. Having a step on a couple of defenders, but this time he was beaten by a step and a half, but Walter had to reach for it just a little bit and was unable to keep a handle on it. So it'll be 2nd and 10 at the Pierre 36 for the Tigers, who lead 42-20. Lots of offense here, and we still have 15 minutes plus to go in this game. Ross will take it inside, following his big lineman up the middle. Up inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Number 22, Chase Sarda.
Imagine if you're Harrisburg and you don't have a D1 recruit quarterback, you can literally just run behind this offensive line who has 50 pounds plus all across the board on average on the Governor defensive line. This one good for 7. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Ross now with 13 carries, 47 in the second half. That's $148 on the game. Knuth claps once, couple of seconds pause. Now the handoff to Ross. Good stiff arm. He gets rid of Dre Burnt inside the 25, down at the 21-yard line. Foley gets him there at the on the near side. And they'll mark it at the 20. That's 9 more. And a first down for the Tigers.
9-yard carry will bring up first down and 10 for the
Now
Tigers.
Harrisburg, after stopping the Governors in the red zone on downs on a 15-play possession. Govs came up empty to start the second half. Harrisburg in business, looking to add to a 22-point lead. Knuth with the snap, wants to throw, looks over the middle, near hash mark, goes underneath, pass is caught somehow, and a good grab here by Connor Hanselman, senior wide receiver, his first catch of the night. Inside the 15, Mayer in on the stop. 7-yard gain to the 13.
7-yard pass play will bring up 3rd and 3.
One thing about Knuth, you know he's going through different looks. That was probably at least the 3rd receiver he looked at in that route. Dumping it off underneath with a check down. That's what Coach Steele was hoping to do, force this guy to check down all night long. But now Ross has a big gain inside the 10 to the 5, down to about the 3. And it'll be 1st and goal to go. Sarda in on the stop for the Governors. 10-yard pickup for Gavin Ross. The Governors kept him neutralized in single-digit runs, except for one big long rush of 50 yards in that first half. But now Ross is finding running room, and Pierre needs to take a defensive timeout to try to figure a way to keep these Tigers out of the end zone. 42-20 our score, 1:48 left in a fast-moving third quarter. Let's take a 60-second Coca-Cola timeout. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
At Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore, they've been building partnerships for life by treating customers right, offering a low-pressure sales process, no haggling over price, passing low overhead savings on, and providing a Ford-certified service department fixing it right the very first time. If you're looking for a new Ford, a quality pre-owned vehicle, a new or used ATV, or a trailer, stop by Jan Bussey Ford & Highmore and experience the difference.
Jan Bussey Ford, building partnerships for life.
The Fieldhouse in Pierre is your premier spot to watch all the sports, from your local Govs and Lady Govs, as well as Buffs and Lady Buffs, all the way up to your favorite big league teams. Kick back and relax with a pizza, nachos, burgers, or one of our air-fried appetizers. Wash down the food with your pick from our array of premium beverages. Between the action, be sure to check out the unique and plentiful memorabilia throughout the building. We can't wait for you to come in and watch the games with us broadcast on liveticket.tv. The Fieldhouse in Pierre.
Welcome back to Harrisburg, and first and goal to go from the 3-yard line. Straight ahead, the rush for the junior 200-pounder Gavin Ross follows his center and right guard into the end zone from 3 yards out, and the Governors with a long possession coming up empty. 8 plays, 87 yards for the Tigers, and a 3-yard touchdown for Gavin Ross, his first score of the night and of the season. Third rushing touchdown for the Tigers, the first 2 by their quarterback. And the Tigers ate up plenty of time, 3 minutes or so, a little under 3 minutes. But very methodical drive themselves. Bryce Soley will kick the PAT, 6 out of 6. As this one is through, let's make that 7 for 7 as Harrisburg increases the lead to 49-20 over the Pierre Governors. With 1:44 left in the third, we'll take a 30-second break. Govs will receive the kickoff. When we return, you're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both conveniently located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the Corner Station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The Corner Station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the Crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the Corner Station and the Crossing.
Now back in Harrisburg again. Harrisburg comes back, marches down the field, 8 plays, 87 yards in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Gavin Ross with a good drive. He finishes with a 3-yard run. Bryce Soley, his 7th PAT. Harrisburg on top 49-20 with 1:44 to go. And again, that coming off of a 15-play possession that the Governors had to start the second half, but coming up short on downs at the 13-yard line of the Tigers.
So the Governors will have the ball.
Here went 15 plays, 67 yards again, but and they took 7.5 minutes off of this third quarter clock. They'll have to try to do that again. Still want to keep the ball out of the hands of Harrisburg, and I think if you're Pierre right now, obviously you just want to continue to try to do what works for you. You may not have your mind set on trying to win this football game anymore, down by 29 with just over a quarter to play, but against a really, really good team. I'll tell you what, 11 AAA is going to have their hands full with this Harrisburg Tiger squad the rest of this season. Here come the Govs, though, 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. After a touchback, another great kick by Soley. Slant pass to Brock Mosier, good for a first down. Looks like Harrisburg sagging a little bit on defense here.
Wodzinski on the tackle for the Tigers.
There's Wodzinski again. I'll tell you what, Skylar Wodzinski, a linebacker, 185 pounds, seems like he's got at least 10 tackles in this game. Pickup of 12, Keenholz to Mosier, 3rd catch for Brock. And it's 1st and 10 for the Governors. Moving from left to right, south to north. What breeze we had out of the south earlier has diminished. Keenholz rose to the right, tries to elude one man, is able to do so. Now tucks and runs and makes a positive gain out of what would have been a quarterback sack here. He's up across the 35 to the 40, down at the 42. Looks like Aiden Foley was the one who had him wrapped up. Actually, they'll spot him at the 40-yard line, and a pickup of 8, but a good gainer on first down for Keenholz. 2nd down and 2. Final minute of the third quarter, and with that long drive by the Governors to start, and the touchdown drive by Harrisburg, we've had a fast-moving third quarter of play. 3 wide to the right, that's the near side. Ball closer to the far hash mark. Keenholz looks to throw. Floater looking for Kruger. It's intercepted, but it's out of bounds. Harrisburg with Logan O'Connor in the position.
Intercepted, but out
looking for Brecken Kruger. This will just go as an incomplete pass. And the Governors did that on their first drive, trying for a second and short yardage situation, looking to go long. Previous target to Brecken Kruger, but incomplete. This one again, O'Connor, who's been close but no cigar so far in this game, and trying to defend Governor receivers. And this one he makes the play, but again falling down out of bounds. So the Governors get a bit of a break. Watch for Merkwan, far side left. In fact, Keenholz comes to the short side, quick pass. It is Mosier. Got a good block from Hansen to spring just a few yards, but they needed 2 and they got 3. So a first down to the 44. In fact, they'll give him 4. Keenholz to Mosier. One thing the Governors love, and Keenholz loved it with McGuire, Rasky. The last couple of years, Governor quarterbacks have loved these running backs who can catch the ball out of the backfield. Mosier, still a sophomore, but has that ability. And that'll be the end of the third quarter of play. On the Gales Gas scoreboard, Pierre went a long way but came up empty. Harrisburg goes a long way. They tack on another 7. A 42-20 halftime score on the Gales Gas service now. Scoreboard now reads Harrisburg 49 and the Governors 20. And kudos to Harrisburg's PA system for playing Metallica in the quarter break. 60-second break, and we're back after this. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
It's tough to buy a vehicle nowadays, isn't it? They're so hard to find. At Harry K. Ford of Winter, we will never buy a 2020-21 vehicle and then turn around and ask you, our valued customers, to pay more than what the vehicle cost brand new. Those other guys, they don't do that. Research your options, get a Carfax, and remember, we sell new vehicles way below MSRP because that's just the way we do business. Harry K. Ford of Winter. Family, friends, and Fords, always in that order.
DRG Media.
The fourth quarter, welcome back to Harrisburg. Tigers Stadium, Brian Oakland with the play-by-play. It's a 1st and 10 for Pierre at their own 44. Governors trail 49-20 in a battle of number 1 as Keenholz has to pull it down and roll. Scrambling to the near side to his left, and his pass will come up empty. Incomplete, looking for Jack Merkwan. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Driven by the Office of Highway Safety of the state of South Dakota, we are KGFX FM River 92.7, the official voice of Pierre Governor Football and Pierre Governor Sports on the airwaves. A member of DRG Media Group. We're online live streaming video too at drgnews.com/river. Office of Highway Safety reminding you to buckle up, stay alive. Brian Oakland at the stadium on the road. John Neff with the technical direction back in studio. Keenholz going with another wide receiver screen. Far a long side throw, a wide side should say. Caught by Kaiser.
4-yard completion brings
It's 4 up to the Governor 48. It'll be 3rd and 6 from there. Kaiser finding out a new weapon. You know, Keenholz, everybody thought he was going to be missing in action from the Governor program here this year, and Cade Kaiser was the likely choice as the next man up. Flag will be thrown here on 3rd and 6. Keenholz rolling far side, runs over that flag, tucks his head down at the 50, gets to the Harrisburg 49, run out of bounds, but we'll check the penalty thrown at the snap by the far side official. We've had one illegal formation called on the Governors earlier in this game. This might be something similar. Keenholz finally coming away from the end of the play, and yep, illegal formation govs. Well, Keenholz didn't make it to the line to gain. He got 3 yards short to the Harrisburg 47. 49 rather. It would be 4th and 3, and Harrisburg is going to decline the penalties. So Keenholz with 3 yards on that carry. The Governors, of course, will still go for it. A couple of penalties declined, or will they? It looks like Pierre will punt. 11 minutes left to go. First minute gone by here, fourth quarter. This will be an interesting decision as Keenholz comes in to punt, but I think the decision right now by the Governor coaching staff is their defense needs more work. And even if the score gets run up a little bit higher, the defense right now is the unit that still needs to try to figure some things out.
10,
Lincoln Carlson back deep with a helper at his 10-yard line. Keenholz punts for the 3rd time tonight. Bounces inside the 15, taken on a hop. And here comes Carlson, near side. He's got the 30 to the 40, gets a block at the 45, into Governor territory, cuts back, 30, 20, 10, 5, and a touchdown. Well, that defense won't get an opportunity to get more work. In this case, it's a long punt return. I think that was 90 yards for Lincoln Carlson, who has his 3rd touchdown of the game. We've got a flag, though. Where's it at? Officials are gathering back at the Pierre 35-yard line, holding Harrisburg. The flag we see on the near side is resting at the 37, so that's where they'll spot it. A 90-yard touchdown is waved off. It'll still be a big return. But Lincoln Carlson's net gain to this one will put Harrisburg at the Pierre 47.
10-yard penalty from the
so that defense will get an opportunity of the Governors to get more work.
48-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Tigers.
Harrisburg still with great field position, but obviously the offense will have to still come out and do the work. 10 and 10. 10 minutes, 10 seconds to go here. Game number 1 of the season for the Governors. It's a much anticipated battle, but number 1 preseason in AAA is handling number 1 preseason in AA. Right now 49-20. Harrisburg with a 7-0 advantage in the second half. Jacob Knuth, inside handoff. Gavin Ross with 10 yards before any contact at all. He gets tripped up after picking up a first down inside the 40 down to the 36-yard line. Wiebe on the stop. That's a gain of 12. And if the Governors can figure out some things here against that rushing defense, you expect the rush to continue for the Tigers. Ross is helping out Knuth in the pistol. Takes another handoff. Knuth fakes the throw every time. It's to the 30 and near side, 25-20. Inside the 15, run out of bounds. Jacob Mayer with the push. Down to the 11-yard line. Ross with another big gain. This one will net him 25 if it's the 11. Into the red zone.
Injury timeout.
And somebody's unable to get up, and we've got a Governor with a cramp in the leg back at the 33-yard line. So an injury break in the action here. Coca-Cola timeout, 9:39 to play. Let's take a 30-second break. 49-20. All Harrisburg here over the Governors. We're back in 30. This is Governor football.
Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Keenholz wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and DRGnews.com.
The employer.
Back in the suburbs, if that's what you want to call it, Harrisburg. Suffering another cramp in the slowly off the field here. Gives us an opportunity to look at some scores from the big schools. Right here, last year's 11 AA state champion trailing the 11 AAA runner-up, Harrisburg, 49-20. last year's 11A state champion, leads last year's 11AA runner-up Brookings. In Brookings now, 27-14. That's T Area leading the Bobcats here in game number 1. Yankton is later in the first half. They're leading Huron now at Crane Youngworth 14-2. Aberdeen Central beat Douglas up in Aberdeen 49-0. And Mitchell still leads Spearfish at last check 7-0 late in the first half of play. Mitchell will provide the opposition for the Governors next week in Pierre's home opener right here on River 92.7. Red zone, here come the Tigers. Third play of this possession. Too long, Gavin Ross runs. Now Jacob Knuth will look to throw. It's an underneath toss, and the pass is caught from the 11-yard line inside the 10. And this is Aiden Viox, who's played a good game as a linebacker. But this one just 3 yards.
Correction, 23.
Tackle made by Austin Foley.
3 yards. Second.
3 minutes gone by, 9 minutes to play in this one. 2nd and 3 from the 8-yard line. For Harrisburg, 2 wide left, 1 to the right. Keep it on the ground. This is Ross, straight ahead, 5-yard line, and he'll be finally dropped after a 5-yard gain to the 3.
Tackle for the
Governors getting their stops where they can.
Number 7, Joshua
Little
Stray.
problem with the audio equipment there. My apologies. We're back.
5-yard carry. 3rd and 2 for the
Dre
Tigers.
burnt in on the stop. 3rd and 2 from the 3. There is a room for a first down at the 1-yard line for Harrisburg. With 8:20 left to go, they lead 49-20, looking for more. Viox goes left to right. He'll set up as a tight end off the line of scrimmage. Ross, no problem. Right side, the hole opens up. And another 3-yard touchdown for Gavin Ross, his 2nd in a row here in the second half. And it's 55-20. Tigers leading the Governors. Easy possession there for Harrisburg after the Governors punted. What was a 90-yard touchdown punt return was marked back to the 47-yard line after a holding penalty, but 48 yards rather in 5 plays. Go the Tigers this time. Gavin Ross doing most of the damage. He gets a 3-yard touchdown. Bryce Solis, PAT, is good. 8 for 8 from the kicking game here. 56-20 our score with 8:09 to play, 4th quarter. Governors will try again on offense when we return after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Riverview RV Park overlooks Lake Sharp on the Missouri River. They have all the amenities from full hookups, laundry, showers, dog park, play area, and free Wi-Fi. There's no need to drive across the country. When here in central South Dakota, you can find some of the best fishing and the most spectacular sunrises and sunsets. Call us today at 605-280-6266 or reserve your next camping spot online at briggsrvpark.com. Make Riverview RV Park your home away from home experience.
5 plays, 48 yards in 2 minutes and 1 second. Harrisburg's had a lot of drives like that, about a couple minutes to the house. They've had 10 possessions tonight. They have scored 8 touchdowns. Governors held them to a punt once. Take that back. That's 9 possessions and 8 touchdowns. Only 1 punt. 2 4th down conversions, both for touchdowns by Harrisburg. The Governor is going to get a chance at a return, a low squibber that is picked up at the 8-yard line. Mosier with nowhere to go as he tries to turn the corner on the far side, and Pierre will have it within their own red zone to start this possession here. Trevor Weedy in on the stop. Clock is running continually now. The Tigers lead by 35+. That was the rule that was implemented last year, due in large part to the Governor's successes from a couple of years ago. We'll start this possession at the 8:09 mark, which is where it was when the Tigers kicked off. So Keenholz in the pistol, far side, or far hash mark. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. But here comes Mosier, left side. hesitates. And the indecision didn't help. He'll just get a yard to the 18.
Tackled by number 27, Timon Long.
Timon Long, linebacker, in on the stop. So the last 7 minutes, last 8 minutes technically, will run fairly quickly. Clock will not stop unless there are scoring plays or timeouts or injuries. Out of bounds plays, first down football back. Inside of 5 minutes to go. Let's mark it at 4:45 where this possession will begin. Governors first and 10 at their own 40. We'll see if they bring anybody else in. It looks like Keenholz is still in there at quarterback. So Pierre will try to make some things happen. I believe there are a number of second stringers in for the Harrisburg defense here. Keenholz tucks and runs. Or is this Kaiser? This is Kaiser running the show now. So Cade Kaiser is the backup quarterback. He'll keep it from the 40 up to the 45. 56-20 our score.
And number 35, Damian Baldwin.
A couple of Tigers teaming up for a stop.
2nd and 5 for Pierre.
Post game will come up in just a little bit. We'll have a conversation with Coach Steve Steele. Post game sponsored by Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg. Thanking them for joining our broadcast sponsorships here this season. So Cade Kaiser, the heir apparent to Lincoln Keenholz, but Keenholz was gone for a few weeks, came back. Kaiser has had a nice game receiving, 9 receptions. He'll roll out to the right, giving chase, though. Oh, he gets away from a defender, tries to unload, looking for Jet Zabel across the 50-yard line on the far sideline, but Kaiser's throw incomplete. Caden Mason was the one who had him wrapped up, but was unable to haul him down. Cade Kaiser's still a big guy himself. Of course, the little brother of a former All-State quarterback for the Governors, Brevin Kaiser, who finished a quarterbacking career at Minnesota State Mankato. Or am I wrong? Hey, that's where he was. I think he ended up someplace else, and I apologize for missing on that fact. Here's Trey Lewis, backup running back, as he spins. Started left, spun back to the right in the middle of the field on the big maroon H with a tiger face, ahead of the 45-yard line.
Assisted by number 52.
Kevin Moe in on the stop, spotted at the 47. That's a pickup of 2 for Trey's first carry of the season. 2:20 to go in this one. 4th down and 2. The Governors will try to keep this possession alive. Kaiser running the show as the backup quarterback. Left alone in the backfield, but Lewis will join him now. Actually, he'll come across. Kaiser bobbles the snap, and we've got a flag on the play. Probably won't matter. I think this flag might be for an illegal motion. Looked like Lewis might have started moving forward as that ball was getting snapped. Kaiser fumbles it. He falls on it. That is an illegal shift. And a declined penalty. The Governors will lose it on downs. But that'll pretty much do it for the Governors at the 41-yard line. A loss on the play. Governors are going to start 0-1 on the season, something we haven't said in quite some time. Harrisburg's got 90 seconds to run out the clock, and they'll do it from the Governor 41 here. Dylan Elrod will be in the pistol. He has 3 receivers to the left. This is a keeper to the right, short side of the field behind the block of Levi Danielson, and
Keeper by number 16.
This is not Elrod, in fact. It's a third-string quarterback, Trevor Weedy, 140-pound sophomore. Lucas Jones will bring him down, out of bounds, but the clock will still run. Inside the 40 to the 37, that's 4 yards for Weedy. Governors get Mitchell at home, Sturgis the following week, also at home on a Saturday tilt. The next 2 games, here's Elrod back in there, hands off Danielson.
25, Levi Danielson.
He'll get inside the 35.
On the play by number 24, Deegan Huska.
Deegan Huska in on the stop, and looks like they'll spot him for a 2-yard pickup. Time for one more play if Harrisburg wants it. Doesn't look like it'll matter much to them in your final score on this Gales Gas scoreboard. Governors finding some things out. Had some big plays in the first half, but shut out in the second half. And Harrisburg scores 14 of their own, and the running clock has come out to an end here. Gales Gas scoreboard, it's the number 1 AAA Harrisburg Tigers, a dominating performance as they defeat the Pierre Governors by the score of 56-20. Scoreboard from Gales Gas Service in Pierre. We'll take a 3-minute timeout, 3 minutes, and we'll get into the post game, which will be brought to you by Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg. A full recap of the scoring plays, all the stats. We've got big plays of the game, player of the game, all to come, and your conversation with head coach Steve Steele. Also coming up in our Family Dental post-game show. Next, in 3 minutes, this is Pierre Governor Football, River 92.7, live streaming at drgnews.com.
The team.
When Americans needed a car that worked harder than a car, we built them a truck. And they used our trucks to build interstates and industries and communities, livelihoods, and neighborhoods. Americans needed vehicles worthy of who they are and what they can do. So, we built them a truck.
Everyone says they want to change the world. But not everyone will. We are not everyone.
Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Knowles wants to run again, and he's got room. 40, 30, foot race to the 10, 5, and a touchdown. Pierre will come back and set up Avery Kaiser on the outside left through the block, and that's down.
The official voice of the Pierre Governors, River 92.7, and also at the River 92.7 page of the DRG News app, brought to you by Golden Buffalo and drgnews.com.
Riverview RV Park overlooks Lake Sharp on the Missouri River. They have all the amenities from full hookups, laundry, showers, dog park, play area, and free Wi-Fi. There's no need to drive across the country. When here in central South Dakota, you can find some of the best fishing and the most spectacular sunrises and sunsets. Call us today at 605-280-6266 or reserve your next camping spot online at briggsrvpark.com. Make Riverview RV Park your home away from home experience.
John Hoffman Electric is your neighborhood electrical service contractor, and so much more. No job is too big or too small for our team of professionals. We pride ourselves on keeping up with new technologies, such as Aerial, an augmented reality visual tool used to customize and experience a finished space before breaking ground. So whether you're building new or renovating a home, farm, or commercial space, let John Hoffman Electric light the way. John Hoffman is a proud sponsor of all local activities broadcast on Live Ticket TV.
Everything on the ground in the second half and a 14-0 advantage after half. The Tigers win this one 56-20. The Governors with a losing record, albeit only 0-1 for the first time in quite some time, as the Governors winning in the last four. The last four state championships in Class 11 AA. But Harrisburg every bit as good as advertised is how we like to say it. This is the post game that begins, and it's brought to you by Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg. Recapping scoring plays, lots of big ones. Jacob Knuth started for Harrisburg over the top to Lincoln Carlson of 57 yards out, but Lincoln Kienholz responded 43 yards to Jack Merkwan. The Governors tied at 7-7. Pierre actually had a 13-7 lead after holding Harrisburg to a 3-and-out. Kienholz hooked up with Merkwan from 56 yards out, but a failed kick made it 13-7. But Knuth comes back, engineers a scoring drive. Gavin Ross had a big 50-yard run in there. Knuth from 2 yards out to make it 14-13. Harrisburg took the lead back, never relinquished it, and Knuth from 7 yards out made it 21-13 at the end of the first quarter. But then Knuth on a fourth down and actually a first and 15, I should say, steps up in the pocket, hits Lincoln Carlson for the second time, 85 yards for a score, and that made it 28-13 early in the second quarter. The Governors went 3-and-out, and then on a fourth down play, Knuth hits Andrew Walter from 60 yards out, 35-13 in the second. Governors got a good drive in that second quarter, though, 9 plays, 80 yards, and a Lincoln Kienholz 24-yard touchdown pass to Cade Kaiser made it 35-20, but with 2:28 left, plenty of time for Knuth and company. They come back. They get a 4th and 4 conversion with an 18-yard misdirection pass from Knuth to Aiden Foley. And 18 yards out there. That made it 42-20 with that being your halftime score. Governors start the second half, and they get a nice sustained drive from their 20-yard line. 15 plays, but the drive stalls at the 13 as Kienholz was unable to complete a pass on 4th and 3. Had a man in the end zone. I believe it was Matthew Hansen, but it was not, the pass was knocked away, and Harrisburg takes over at the Governor 13-yard line. That was 15 plays, 7.5 minutes on that opening drive by the Governors, but they come up empty. And then Harrisburg starts at their own 13. They go 8 plays and 87 yards in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Doing this mostly on the ground. Gavin Ross had a big drive. He finishes with a 3-yard run. Bryce Soley tacked on to PAT to make it 49-20 with 1:44 left in the third quarter of play. Governors got a couple of first downs, but get across midfield. Chose to punt in near midfield, and we thought at that point the Governors wanted to just let the defense try to figure some things out, which had been the Achilles heel tonight as Coach Steve Steele comes up here. They punted, and a 90-yard kickoff, punt return rather, looked like Harrisburg was going to be in attacking on another score, but a penalty with a holding call had them marked back after the penalty yardage back to the 48-yard line. But from there, they go 5 plays, more rushing prowess, and it was Gavin Ross again from 3 yards out. A final PAT makes it 56-20 from the 8:09 mark with a 35-plus point margin. That let the clock run the rest of the way, and the Governors unable. They actually had a fumble on their next possession to kind of end anything else that they had a chance to do offensively. So hopefully he's had a chance to catch his breath. Coach Steve Steele coming up here in the grandstands, and Coach, I think we're just going to start right at the beginning. A real fun way to start the season with some big plays. You knew that it was going to be a tough defensive game for you, and obviously it was. But let's just talk about the fun that you had on offense with some long touchdowns, and how much fun it's going to be to play offense against an 11 AA schedule after this one.
Yeah, man, they're good. That's a really good football team. And that's where we just talked to the guys. Obviously everyone's a little bummed right now, but we took there's a lot of positives to take away. I mean, that's a heck of a football team, offensively, defensively, and to be able to come out and put the pressure on them. I mean, I thought we had a pretty solid offensive game, couple turnovers. That turnover in the first half really hurt. That swung the momentum. I thought if we could have gone down there, we could have had a shot to go strike for a while. But that's a team you can't get behind them. If you get behind them, you don't find ways to come back.
And that's kind of, you pretty much figured out early we're not going to be able to keep pace with these guys, or to hold these guys and induce punts. Yeah, they got you on a couple of fourth down conversions. You got them to punt once, but the idea had to be then to just try to match them offensively. And, it looked like you're going to be able to do that, but I think sometimes when you have to throw the football 40 times, like you said yesterday, I think I've got him at 31 attempts today, but they're going to figure some things out. And balls that they weren't knocking down in the first half, they got to in that second half, and they made the adjustments. And, again, defensively, good ball club.
Yeah, and I think that really, you can really see the difference. Obviously they were great coaching staff too, but you see the AA, AAA difference. Mm-hmm. I think especially with the Heat tonight, you could really tell the difference between one-way team playing all one-way players and us having our skills pretty much going both ways and a few linemen going both ways. And, that step that I think we had in the first half with our skill positions and everything, I think that kind of evaporated as our skills got a little tireder and then their skills got breaks. And, so I said, I think that also echoes it. But, like I said, it's a fun game. And, I said, I think we gave them a lot of troubles there early on.
You could see that. Of course, they are fine with their running game, and I think they really could have run all game long on you if they wanted to. But you've got to showcase this quarterback who, I suppose, odds-on player of the year for 11 AAA, right?
Yeah, I mean, that kid's special. I mean, that was, it'd be a lot more fun to probably watch up here not playing against us. But, I mean, yeah, he didn't miss. Even the ones that they dropped, they were drops. He made a couple. That one over the shoulder over here might have been his best throw of the night, and the guy dropped it. That kid, and not only did he not miss, but, he was so good at just picking it apart and going through progressions and making the right call.
Let's compare quarterbacks, so for the sake of fun, because you got a pretty good quarterback, too. Good to have him back, and he made some throws. The 2 touchdowns to Merkwan, the one that Kaiser catches down here, the little one down here on this side of the field Hansen, where he floats it over. Yeah, Hansen makes a great catch, but Lincoln floats it over Logan O'Connor's outstretched hands, and you got a pretty good quarterback, too. No doubt about that.
Yeah, and, I wouldn't trade him for their guy. No offense to their guy. He's a really good guy. But, Lincoln did a phenomenal job tonight. To be able to ask a kid to go out there and basically throw the ball. I think it was the middle of the second quarter before we had a called run play. To be able to put that much pressure on him and him to go out there and knock on wood, he didn't throw a pick tonight. So he didn't make any bad decisions. He was safe with the ball when we didn't have anything. He did a good job escaping and just getting what he could or throwing it away. He made some very special throws, and, he's got really, really good precision. He's got a cannon, but that throw to Hansen might have been the best throw of the night on either side.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so last year you had some issues at times defending the pass, and, as you assess what your defense needs to work on, I thought maybe you punted at a situation late in the game, but maybe I figured you wanted to get your defense back out onto the field to try to figure some things out. What are your real concerns right now after just one game on the defensive side of the ball?
I think the biggest thing, we got to start up front. We didn't get a great pass rush. He was playing 7-on-7 back there, which doesn't help with any quarterback, but especially not a Big Ten one. So we definitely got to find a way to manufacture some pressure. And then we just had a couple guys peeking in the backfield. Those 2 long ones to number 10. We just had a linebacker peeking in the backfield, and he got behind him. And I think that going forward again, I don't think we're going to see a team with quite that many weapons, or at least that much quality of weapons, because it just seemed like every single mistake that we made defensively was exposed, and it was exposed for a giant play. There wasn't very many. I think there was one screen where it was a good call, and then they had it and their guy dropped it. But other than that, I don't think they really missed any of their shots.
Yeah. So, all right, Mitchell for the home opener next weekend. They're actually in a first half battle with Spearfish, believe it or not. But what do we know about the Colonels? And obviously it'll be good to be back home.
Yeah, it'll be good to be home. Good to be playing in front of our own fans again. But I think they're going to be good. On paper, they bring a lot of guys back. Their quarterback's back. They're going to be a lot more similar to us than what we saw tonight, which will be a good thing. But it's always a fun game. We've had a lot of really good games with Mitchell over the last couple of years. And, last year's team, we had that heck of a game in the quarterfinal.
Yeah.
That was one of the better games of the whole season. And, I said most of their team's back. So it'll be a good challenge again next week.
Some of us missed that game last year. So I'll be looking forward to that one. Coach, I think all in all, aside from a 36-point loss, a pretty good night for you guys tonight, right?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I said I think we learned a lot about ourselves tonight, and again, ultimately, they're no longer in front of us on our path to the Dome. So
absolutely. So, all right, we'll see you next week, Coach.
Sounds
and,
good.
Have a good one.
You too.
Coach Steve Steele, head coach of the Governors, losing tonight 56-20. And, hey, I guess we can say good luck to the Harrisburg Tigers. Like Coach Steele mentions, we'll paraphrase that. Good luck to them the rest of the way. They are a fun team to watch, especially if you like run-pass balance like Coach Brandon White was telling us about. But 4 touchdowns in the first half and 6 overall for Jacob Knuth. And definitely going to make South Dakota proud if he plays for those Minnesota Golden Gophers here in the next few years. That is our coaches' conversation. We've got plenty more coming in our post game. Brought to you by Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg. Let's take a 2-minute timeout, and we're back with more from Harrisburg. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Have you looked at your retirement accounts lately and wondered, what are my expenses? Why do I have these holdings? At Renke Gray Wealth Management, our team of advisors will provide an in-depth look at your portfolio and open the doors to these questions. There's no better time than now to review your financial future. Call me, Scott and I, or visit renkegray.com and let's get on track today.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through GWM Advisors, a registered investment advisor. GWM and Renke Gray Wealth Management are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Your cancer care should be as unique as you are. At Avera Breast Center, our team of experts create a treatment plan that will work best for your type of cancer, using the latest screening, radiation, and surgical techniques. You also have access to holistic approaches to help with side effects, and a 24/7 call center for answers to your cancer questions when you need them. Learn more at avera.org/breast or by calling 855-697-2592.
Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre still wants your trade or your spare vehicle, and we're willing to give you top dollar, and we'll throw in an additional $250 Pierre Pride dollars. Sell us your car, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you an additional $250 Pierre Pride dollars. Trade in your vehicle for a new or different one, and Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota will give you $250 Pierre Pride dollars. Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit gatewayfordtoyota.com.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Family Dental postgame continues. Governors fall in game number 1 to the 11 AAA number 1 team, the Harrisburg Tigers. 56-20 tonight. Here are the final stats that we have. Unofficially, Harrisburg outgaining the Governors 504 to 439. 439 yards, pretty good offensive night for the Governors. Obviously, most of that in the first half, but still some good yardage picked up in the second half without getting into the scoring column. But the rushing yardage picked up for the Tigers as they'll rush for 245 on the game. In fact, Gavin Ross with a couple of big ones in that second half, running behind that huge offensive line. 20 carries tonight, 215 yards for Ross. He had a pair of 3-yard touchdowns, the only scoring in the second half. Jacob Knuth gets 3 carries, 20 yards, had 2 touchdowns in the first quarter of 2 and 7 yards. And then Lincoln Carlson had a 4-yard gain on 1 carry. Third-string quarterback Trevor Weedy with 1 carry for 4 yards. Backup running back Danielson with 2 carries for 2 yards. So 245 total on the ground for Harrisburg. Through the air, Jacob Knuth, 9 of 13 on the game, just 0 for 1 in the second half, but 9 of 13 total, 263 yards, 4 touchdowns. There were 2 quarterback sacks in the game by the Governors for losses of 4 yards, 259 total passing, 254 on the ground. That's 504 total. But 3 penalties marked off for 30 yards against the Tigers, and along with that, receiving stats are the same as they were in the first half. 2 catches, 2 long touchdowns for Lincoln Carlson, 142 total yards. Andrew Walter with 5 catches, 97 yards. And also Aiden Foley with an 18-yard touchdown catch. In fact, there were 2 pass completions in the second half, now that I did not put those on Knuth's. He had a 7-yard hookup with Connor Hanselman and a 3-yarder to Aiden Viox. So updating 273 passing for Knuth, 514 total yardage for Harrisburg to 439 for the Governors. 12 first downs picked up, no turnovers for the Harrisburg Tigers, and a bunch of long touchdowns tonight, and a few short ones too. For the Governors, on the ground, 153 yards unofficially. Lincoln Keenholz will lead the way, 13 carries with 121 yards, a long of 43 on the night. Brock Mosier picks up 25 yards on 8 carries. Jaden Wiebe, 2 carries for 6 yards. Trey Lewis has 1 carry for 2 yards in mop-up duty. Cade Kaiser with 2 carries, one of them falling on a fumble, but we count him at minus 1 yard on those 2 touches. Meanwhile, Kaiser was 0 for 1 through the air. Keenholz through the air tonight, 20 for 31 on the night, 292 yards and 3 touchdowns. But quarterbacks of Pierre were sacked 3 times for losses of 6 yards, 286 total passing yards, 153 on the ground. That's 439 in the game. Cade Kaiser leads the way receiving, 9 catches, 102 yards at a 24-yard touchdown. Pretty grab. Jack Merkwan, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, both in the first quarter, 43 and 56 yards out. He finishes with 99 yards, but does not get another touch the rest of the game, and you got to credit Timothy Bishop, the cornerback, who was blanketing him all night long for that result there for Merkwan the rest of the way. Brock Mosier, meanwhile, has 4 catches for 40 yards. Jet Zabel, 4 grabs for 40 yards. Matthew Hansen, 2 catches for 11 yards in this one. Pierre picks up 16 first downs in the game. They penalized twice for accepted penalties, losing 15 yards on those, but 2 big turnovers. The first one especially that led to a 13-yard scoring drive and put Harrisburg on top, 21-13 for good. Harrisburg wins it 56-20, the final in this one. We've got big plays of the game to talk about, your player of the game as well. Big plays is where we'll start, and the big plays of our broadcast are sponsored by the folks of Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. We'll hear from them, and we'll tell you about the big plays in this one. And there's a lot of them when we come back. You're listening to Pierre Governor Football.
Quality comes first at Hermanson Endodontics. Dr. Ryan Hermanson serves Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics strives to provide treatment that is not only comfortable, but also provides the best possible outcome. They do this by effective and timely communication with your dentist and preserving as much of the tooth as possible using state-of-the-art 3-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre.
Hermanson Endodontics, big plays of the game. Yeah, there's a lot of big plays. You got to like the way the Governors started on offense. Long touchdowns from Keenholz to Merkwan, twice over. But and Coach Steele touched on it. I think the biggest play of the game is the extra effort given by Cade Kaiser trying to churn out some yardage after a completed pass. But in doing so, got a big hit, loses the football. It was picked up, and Harrisburg returned it down to the 13-yard line of the Governors. 3 plays later, they walk in a touchdown. That made it 21-13, and then the Governors are trying to play real catch-up the rest of the way. You can't keep pace offensively with this offense. It just seems to be the case. But the Govs gave it a good go at it. But that fumble turning into a short field for the Tigers that really turned the game in their favor for good. Despite some other big plays from both teams, and certainly Harrisburg had huge touchdowns in terms of distance throughout the night. Had an 85-yarder, had a 60-yarder, actually had a 90-yard punt return for a touchdown that was negated by a penalty, but still led to another touchdown. Those are the big plays, but the turnaround, the turnover into an easy touchdown drive for Harrisburg to go up 21-13. That's your Hermanson Endodontics big play of the game from Hermanson Endodontics in Pierre. And there are choices to be made as well. And as we talk about players of the game, I think one player stood out above the rest, and that's no surprise. Won't be any surprise to anybody, but we'll talk about the players of the game, which once again are brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. We'll hear from them, and we'll announce our player of the game as we return with more of the Governor Postgame.
Anytime is a good time for Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Fill up your tank and your stomach Head to the campground, fish the waters, back to school shopping, wherever you're headed, Cowboy Country Stores are ready for you. Feed the family while on the go with delicious foods. Breakfast starting at 5 a.m. Fresh baked pastries, coffees, regular and breakfast pizzas, convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores and Champ's Chicken on Euclid and Harrison in Pierre and in Fort Pierre.
Players of the game candidates for the Pierre Governors, certainly Lincoln Keenholz with a solid game, 292 through the air, 3 touchdowns, add another 121 yards on the night. He had 400 yards plus himself, and I think you could put Lincoln Keenholz in the conversation right now as potential Player of the Year candidates, just like you can with Jacob Knuth of the Harrisburg Tigers, who we'll talk about in just a little bit. Defensively, obviously a tough game for the Governors, and Jaden Wiebe, I thought, played pretty well in getting at least his name called in on a number of stops throughout the night, and I think defensively we'll see certainly bigger and better things for the Governors. But defensively is where I'll start for Player of the Game candidates, and again, Timothy Bishop blanketing Jack Merkwan in the passing game. Was certainly one of the better players defensively. Cade Larson in on a lot of stops, and it was Skylar Wodzinski who was in on a whole bunch of tackles from the linebacking spot. The Governors obviously dealt with a pretty good defense tonight as well, to say nothing of that good offense. Offensively, Gavin Ross, 215 yards behind a huge offensive line, 2 touchdowns. Lincoln Carlson played a good ball game, obviously. A couple of long touchdowns, had a third one wiped away. These receivers are all very good, so pick your poison if you are tonight's Player of the Game. The quarterback, Jacob Knuth, the senior, who throws for 263 yards, 4 touchdowns, runs in 2 more, 20 yards rushing tonight as well. He is certainly the decision maker that led the way for the Harrisburg Tigers tonight. So we'll get him a T-shirt noting his accomplishments in the name of Cowboy Country Stores and River 92.7 Sports. Jacob Knuth, of course, the Minnesota Golden Gopher recruit. He is tonight's Player of the Game from Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre. Let's take a final 2-minute break. We'll come back and we'll wrap this up with some scores. We'll take a look at Central South Dakota scores, 11 AA and AAA scores, and all of that still to come. And then we'll set you up for next week's game and our upcoming broadcast as well with Governor Volleyball tomorrow afternoon from Rapid City right here on River 92.7 in 2 minutes.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino from the App Store or Google Play. It only takes a moment, so you'll have it to replay this game. See live and archived video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Casino. Download it now at the App Store or Google Play.
Health, happiness, and home. Hi, this is Tara Sunshine of Kathy Sunshine Properties. Our team at Kathy Sunshine Properties has extensive training in the real estate field plus years of experience. It is my goal to provide you with superior service at all times. Contact me, Tara Sunshine, at taradee@midconetwork.com or 224-5588. I look forward to working with you.
Gotta go to Gators, 'cause everyone loves great pizza, pasta, and subs. Gotta go to Gators, 'cause we have the best quality and ingredients. Our products are freshly made. We're known as your hometown pizza place. Gotta go to Gators, gotta go to Gators. Gotta go to Gators, pizza, pasta, subs.
Hi, this is Jenna from Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union. Now is the time to take advantage of our refinance program with rates as low as 2.49%, plus no payments for the first 90 days. Give me a call at 224-4844 or stop up and meet the new friendly faces at our location on North Garfield Avenue next to the Northridge Plaza. Come see why we are big on you. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
More from the Governor postgame here. Governors drop their season opening game to the Tigers 56-20. Brian Oakland with the look at scores here as still struggling with this audio issue right now, but we'll try to hold out. The Governor volleyball team playing at Rapid City Stevens tonight. I just got the update, thankfully, that they won in 5 sets. They won the first 2, but dropped games 3 and 4, and they won game number 5, 15-4. So the Governor volleyballers are off to a 2-0 start after a 4-set win at Watertown Tuesday night. They'll turn around, take on Rapid City Central tomorrow at 1:30 Central Time. David Burrow will have the call on that from Nas Gymnasium at 1 o'clock with a pregame here on River 92.7 tomorrow. So a good win for Tiffany Stoser and her girls tonight in 5 sets at Rapid City Stevens. But we take a look at other football scores to talk about, and we'll start in Class 11AA, where 11AA. Earlier, Aberdeen Central defeated Douglas 49-0. Yankton in the third quarter leads Huron 17-2. Interesting score there. T Area still on top of Brookings in the third, and a lot of points going on there, 33-21. And they're into the third quarter with Mitchell having a tough time at home against Spearfish, 7-0. Still 5 minutes left in the third quarter there, and it's the Colonels who come to take on the Governors next Friday night here on River 92.7. And we'll talk more about that in a moment as well. Sioux Falls Jefferson, first game in their history. They defeat Sioux Falls Washington tonight 17-14, the win in that one. Brandon Valley leads Rapid City Stevens 14-0. That one in the fourth quarter. Interesting score there. The last year's champions from Brandon Valley having a bit of a battle. 2 more 11 AAA games will be tomorrow. Sioux Falls Lincoln at Rapid City Central in the afternoon, and Roosevelt at O'Gorman in the big town tomorrow evening. And one more 11 AA game happening tomorrow. We'll have Watertown traveling out to Woodall Field to take on Sturgis. Other games among Central South Dakota teams that we'll try to focus on here. Chamberlain was mercy ruled by Millbank tonight, up in Millbank 52-0. And to 11B, Winter having no trouble in the rematch of the 11B championship of the last 2 years. Winter now leads Bridgewater Emory Ethan 44-0 with a running clock in the fourth quarter. Also in the fourth quarter at home, Miller Highmore Herald leading Lead Deadwood 2-0 in Class 11B. And St. Thomas More leading Mobridge Pollock 21-0 as they start the second half. That game is on Star 99 and the Star 99 page of drgnews.com if you'd like to take a look at and listen to more high school football and DRG Media Group stations. In the 9-man ranks, we still have Stanley County taking on Parkston as well. But it is Parkston in the fourth quarter leading 35-8, that game at Ole Williamson Field. Other 9-man games in 9AA featuring 9AA teams we mentioned earlier. Harriet Selby this afternoon defeating Lemon McIntosh 32-16. And Platte Geddes, the defending champion in 9AA, no trouble with White River tonight. In fact, still at halftime, it's 44-16. Platte Geddes leading the Tigers there. Ipswich, those Tigers beat Dupree, the other Tigers, 54-0 at the end of the first half. And Stanley County's next opponent, Bonham, is getting taken to the woodshed tonight, 34-0, trailing Chester area. In that one. Jones County is playing Timber Lake at home tonight. No updates on that one as of yet, though. In other Central South Dakota games, Faulkton area trailing Warner 22-8 right now. They're in the fourth quarter. Kimball White Lake has a 30-12 lead on Centerville. Gregory 38-0 at halftime, leading Irene Wakanda. North Central, which is Eureka Bowdle Edmonds Central, 35-0 over Great Plains Lutheran. That game is at the half. And Wall leads Hardin County Bison 18-0 there in the second quarter. And games that we haven't talked about yet among 9B opponents games. Colombe leading Sunshine Bible 30-12. Sully Buttes is the homecoming opponent for one of the Corsica Stickney, and they lead in the third quarter 20-8 in that one. Those are the scores that we have for you. So once again, upcoming action, the Tigers of Harrisburg will host O'Gorman next week. Meanwhile, the Governors will play host to the Mitchell Colonels. 7 o'clock kickoff, 6:30 pregame here on River 92.7. And the Governors get Sturgis the week after on a Saturday evening game, September 11th. Meanwhile, Governor Volleyball coming up tomorrow afternoon, 1 o'clock airtime with the pregame David Burrell following the Governor girls out at Rapid City Central The Governor girls defeating Stevens tonight in 5 to continue their season now 2-0, and what should be, I think, not as difficult of an opponent tomorrow against Rapid City Central. So you can hear that, and you can watch it as well with our live ticket partners on drgnews.com. Our thanks to Joe English for running camera tonight and for John Neff running the show in studio. Until we meet with you again, we remind you on behalf of the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, who celebrates being a part of a team, they say always buckle up as seatbelts save lives, from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. From Harrisburg, as the Governors fall in game number 1 to the Harrisburg Tigers on the Gales Gas scoreboard 56-20, we speak with you again next week. Again, thanks for joining us. This is Pierre Governor Football, your official voice of the Governors, River 92.7 and drgnews.com.